already.
That one.
Yeah, we're live.
We're live.
Live on.
Good evening. Change of scenery tonight. Obviously, lots to talk about. Obviously, some things that not possible to talk about. So we'll get straight into it. Common sense. Usually do the watch along, but we're not going to do that tonight. We're just going to get straight into football chat. Obviously, some things a little bit outside that on the political spectrum, and pretty much do what we do most Monday nights, which is, put the world to rights. So the big talking point is Liverpool losing 7 out of the last 10 games. On a serious note here, how long can we go on before Arne Slot starts to come under pressure?
You keep saying this, but we played against Man City away from home. Not many people go there and get a result, especially a team out of form like Liverpool. We had a couple of good results, but I would have happily took a draw before the kickoff there, no problem.
Yeah.
City on form, Liverpool not. I was not expecting us to win that, not even close. Don't get me wrong, we absolutely shit the bed first half, stunk the gaff out, we were awful. But I think Man City played very well tactically. Putting that 5 in midfield, what they do was spot on. I wasn't expecting much. The first half performance, the performance was more disappointing than the result for me. I just didn't. That first half performance was one of the worst I've seen from a Liverpool team.
I mean, they were unlucky because the goal I felt was should have been allowed. I've watched it back numerous times, and seeing Dan McGallagher and Jay Bothroyd arguing over it this morning. I think Donnarumma's got a good look at that all the way. I think he can see it all the way. Even if Robertson's not there, I don't think he's getting it. So I was very surprised to see him rule that out for offside. And considering they were saying the same referees give a similar type goal when Bernardo Silva was in a similar position. So it sometimes goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, Liverpool are unlucky a little bit with the Haaland header because Konate, for me, should do better with the ball in front. Obviously, flicks it onto him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much the big fella knows about that, but when you're hot, you're hot. Kind of flicks onto him, and I don't think the Georgian boy's got much of a chance. Doku had one of his better games I think I've ever seen him have in a City shirt. Yeah. And I think City, I was worried when I first seen the team at the start of the season, and I seen Kolo Touré jumping round, acting the goat on the sideline. I was worried for Pep because I've never really seen any of Pep's assistants be like that. Although I have seen Pep Linders in action when I went in on my pro licence to Liverpool, and he's very, very impressive. So Liverpool, I think, have suffered from losing him out of the coaching group, as well as obviously Jurgen Klopp and Victor Matos and obviously that think tank. Arne Slot's come in, hit the ground running, had that Liverpool group from Klopp. And I think now we truly see how good Arne Slot is as a manager, because this is severe pressure. I think losing 7 out of 10 games for Liverpool Football Club in all competitions is a crisis.
Oh yeah, I think
absolutely.
I'd say it's a crisis now. I wouldn't have said it 2 games ago, because going back to the goal, because it's got me that one. I've heard a few explanations for it. The VAR explanation for it, Michael Oliver said Robbo was in the line of sight between the keeper and Van Dijk when he wasn't. The replay clearly shows he wasn't. So he's either A, lying, or B, didn't watch it properly. Because to say Robbo's in the line of sight, he wasn't. The other one for me was that it's the Lino give offside, but the Lino didn't raise his flag for 13 seconds till after the ball went in. So now Dermot no, it wasn't VAR or the referee, it was the linesman that gave it. No, the linesman's been told in his ear, put your flag up. There's no way the linesman can see whether Robbo's in the line of sight. The linesman's being told after 13 seconds. That's unheard of.
I'm sure. I'm shocked. I think it's got to be a goal. You're fuming if that. Fair enough if he's in the line and he ducks and Donnarumma goes and then has to go again.
I can see that, but he wasn't.
Well, again, for me, he's already seen it because he's coming off that side. He's got to jump back across, and he's gone early.
Oh, if you look at him, he sort of leaned to his right-hand side first before coming back across. So, but Robbo had no influence in that. The rules were Howard Webb give the explanation for when Bernardo Silva's goal, John Stones' goal, stood for the same referee last season. He said the defender's got to be like influencing the play. That means like he's going towards the ball. He's got to be going towards the keeper, or obstructing the keeper, or touching the keeper, physically impeding the keeper. Like when we had Ndiaye last week. So he's actually physically touching the keeper. So he can't go one way or the other. That's why Everton's goal was offside.
Well, and that's the thing. I'm looking here. I'm just reading the chat here. Some obviously I can't get back to everybody. I'd love to say some of the things on here, but obviously it's one of those. I'll try and fire through it. Neil Poyton's put in. Never felt more than singing the blues.
Walking
when Everton win and the red jet lose. Oh, Everton. Flying again, aren't we? Back in the title race. Especially after Arsenal dropping points.
Played very well.
5 goals in one game for the Blues with no striker.
Do you know what I mean?
It was another comical act though with between Beto and Barry.
For Everton's first goal, when Barry just won the big air, should have scored, open goal basically. Yeah. Just swung at it and just missed the ball completely. Luckily, Gay was behind them to finish it.
Yeah, it was lucky we were winning, but do you know what? He actually showed a couple of nice touches, linking up play and that, but then it was the clear and obvious chances to create big chances for the team.
He's raw, isn't he? He's raw.
And
he's raw.
Too raw.
Yeah, I don't know whether you've seen it, but when he broke down the left wing and actually done a good bit of skill to dust 2 players.
I never seen that.
And then went to try on a third player, proceeded to fall over and nearly pull his own shoulder out without any contact from the defender. And you could actually hear the whole crowd laughing.
Hey, he's doing better than fucking shit sack though, isn't he, at the minute?
Oh, God. He didn't even get a minute, did he?
Not hard when he's not on the pitch.
What's going on with him?
What's
just trying to get him fit. You're saying he's just working him back in.
Putting Wirtz in a false 9. And then Wirtz is just... No, he was. It's a terrible tactical decision.
We was far...
Because when you've got Gaffo and Salah who don't run in behind...
Liverpool are far too narrow. Liverpool's problem, again, I've said it a few times, Wirtz and Salah are both 2 luxury players for me. They don't like to do...
Am I signing in here? What's going in here?
I agree, yeah. Wirtz is a luxury player.
Select the number shown. It must be someone trying to go
off the ball. Our Liverpool work team needs to do. But the problem Liverpool have got, he's acts the same. He's needs feeding.
Yeah.
So you can't have them 3 players. Liverpool have been built on engines in the middle and workhorses like Firmino up front, Diaz on the left, Wijnaldum's, your Fabinho's. They've been built on a good, solid working team. Now, all of a sudden, we've got 3 players here who we spent a fortune on who are luxury players who want feeding.
Yeah. I agree.
It's not going to work for me. I can't. I hope it does, but there's a couple of ways it can work. But I can't see Salah and Wirtz playing the same team.
Well, that's what I was going to say to you. Like, obviously, I've been noising you up the last few weeks over Florian Wirtz, and as good as you said he was against Real Madrid, and he definitely played a little bit better. He was non-existent again, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I mean, half the team non-existent. So I think Kanate played as a false 5. He was that shit. But
what about Gary Neville's comment about Wirtz, calling him a little boy?
You know what? I half agree with it.
He's weak in that, but he was in Germany.
I know, but the Premier League's a much quicker, faster, stronger league than the Bundesliga.
I know, but usually you think the Germans are tough, aren't they?
I think
all the Germans who've come here have done all right,
Premier
haven't they? When you think like Klinsmann done great here. Before he come, they said he was a diver. You remember that's why he had that celebration. Ballack, to be fair, was a lot bigger than him, but I'm saying Ballack, Karl-Heinz Riedel had done okay, never set the world on fire, but like the Germans on the whole haven't really like stung the gaff out here.
No, they haven't stung the gaff out, but some of them have. Like, we've had one. I mean, well, saying that, you look at players like Havertz, who's come for big money, big name, big move, didn't really do. There's some couple of big players who've come across, haven't really set the world alight from the Bundesliga.
I'm trying to think German internationals. I'm just going through them.
I know, you're just thinking from the Bundesliga.
Didier Mann done all right. Didier Mann was good here, weren't he?
Yeah, you're talking a long time ago. Football was different.
But I'm saying, like, think about
Werner was setting the world.
Werner was poor. Werner was below par.
And then he come over here and shit the bed. So there's a few who recently have come over.
Klinsmann, to be fair, as I say, Klinsmann's the one I can think doing well.
That was the 90s.
Josh, give him a shout there. Just tell him.
That was the 90s, and it's again different game back then. But I'm talking more recent players, and it's like not many have come and been like, wow, they've been brilliant. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's the thing about it. We've had
Takes
had the lads Ziege, then he came. The German left back came.
Yeah.
You've had Tony Rudiger was here at Chelsea.
Mesut
Ozil.
He was class.
Schürrle.
Yeah.
Gundogan
done very well. So
there's players in terms of that have done well. It might just take, like, I think, I think the players back in the day, like when I'm talking like 10, 15 years ago, were a bit tougher, all right?
Yeah.
So I think the players were, you had like Leonardson and all the Norwegians come over and instantly adapted into the Premier League. And I think, you remember the Romanian boys coming over with Georgi Popescu and Ili Dimitrescu to Tottenham in that Klinsmann batch, and all settled relatively quickly. But I think, there's a shirt there that was got on the back there from my first game at City, that Juninho game. See it next to the David Silva one. He was one of the first foreigners over, Juninho, who was quite slight and could handle the physicality. But what I'm saying is the foreign player would always usually be given 6 months to a season to acclimatise to the physicality of the English league. Now, I'm not saying it's as physical aggressively now, but certainly in terms of the physical output that's expected in the Prem, game in, game out. If you're playing for a top tier group, top 7 now, you're playing every 3-4 days. So, it's a huge jump for that. So we have to give Wirtz, who's on the kind of slight side of German athletes, a real chance to develop. Almost, we're talking here like prominent sire lines. There's certain horses in there that are a certain breed that would have to be given a bit more time to become, a champion 3-year-old, where there's other ones that are quite precocious 2-year-olds, etc. Florian Wirtz's body type is, I'd say he's growing.
He's still 22.
Growing.
Still 22. But the thing, and I heard a few people say it,
Same with Barry as well, by the way. You got to give him a bit of fucking leeway,
Regardless of Wirtz's age, and when you pay that much for the player, you're expecting the end product. You're not expecting someone who needs time and to grow and stuff. So
but forget the price tag.
If you forget the price tag, you can see the project. But if you bring the price tag into it,
I think you have to
bring the price tag into it. You can see where someone's saying he shit the bed here. He's not good enough.
I don't think he's ever going to justify the price tag, because you've got to be worth 200 million to justify that. It's like Coutinho. Coutinho was hamstrung, I think, by and maybe Darwin Núñez, another one. It's how can you be that good? To be fair to Van Dijk and Alisson, they kind of justified the output. Obviously, Salah was 40 million. What would you pay for Salah?
35.
So, Mane a lot cheaper as well. So it's a bit easier to live up to that, even though that's astronomical money. I think when it goes into that kind of 3 figures, and when it's obviously the money you paid, being a club transfer record for a club of Liverpool size, I just think it just adds, it's already hard enough to come and adapt to the Premier League. The target on your back and the pressure on you just gets even bigger. So I think we have to, with those type of players, I think you just have to say, look, he's signed a 5 or 6 year deal or whatever it is he signed, and let's judge him after 3 seasons. He's 21. Let's judge him when he's 25, because by that time I think you've got to show whether you're going to be an elite level player or not. There is some players who come online after 25, but I think we're going to need to see some signs of serious improvement in the next 24 months from Wirtz to justify that price tag.
I think as well, there's another worry out. Listen to Arsene Wenger speak about him as well. I don't know how true it is, but Arsene Wenger was saying he chose Liverpool because Slot sold the number 10 role to him.
This, yeah.
So he's not going to play number 10 at Liverpool because we can't play 4-2-3-1.
Well,
Liverpool.
It wasn't that, was it? He said Slaughter promised him. Allegedly, Slaughter promised it. Arsene Wenger, this was, wasn't it? With on BN Sport.
Yeah.
And he said it's blown up Liverpool's midfield. What makes Liverpool feel so good last year? So Slot has picked a team now to play 3 in the middle and 2 wide players. And he's told Wirtz, you either play wide or you don't play.
Doesn't look good.
That's what Arsene Wenger said.
He's not a wide player.
But
it's either you play wide or you don't play.
In anyway.
I know, but that's not what a 4-3-3 kind of is.
If you're a good player, you best learn how to play there. And actually, when you think about his physicality, it might be the best position for him.
He's played there for Germany and for Bayer Leverkusen.
A little bit, Freddie Ljungberg-esque there. Instead of being an outright dribbler.
Inside.
Yeah, instead of being like an outright like dribbler. Remember the way Ljungberg played in a 4-4-2? He played left midfield.
He did, yeah.
And he'd kind of ghost in and make, little darts in behind the midfield or little darts into the box to get on the end of goals. Well, look, Slot obviously got a conundrum because he has clearly promised them the 10 in terms of turning Bayern Munich down and coming here, but it's not working for the team. So I think Wirtz will want the team to win, more than he'll, because that'll help him settle, really. If the team start winning, he'll settle.
If Liverpool sign an out-and-out 6, whose job is to break play up and tackle and sit in front of that defence, does that change?
You can't spend any more money, surely.
I think we have to spend more money.
We're going
to have to spend more money because we need a centre-half as well. And Canate's crap.
A good couple of noticeable shouts from the chat room about players who come over from Germany to do well in the Premier League. Mesut Ozil.
We said that before.
Mentioned him,
yeah. Gundogan.
Mentioned
him,
God,
is he on a time like this?
Someone at Starling. Someone actually this season.
Robert Huff.
Someone this season.
Huff done very well.
Lacroix from Palace.
Yeah, he's done. What?
He's doing well.
He's doing well.
He's doing well.
He signed 2 seasons ago, did he? So he's been given a bit of a bedding in season, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's true, to be fair.
Yeah. So
Granit Xhaka as well.
Granit Xhaka, yeah.
Joe, did you see that super chat?
No, I'm looking down at here. Janix Ericus says, Common Sense podcast show about, and I personally like this setup more and more open space. This is not our new studio.
Yeah.
This is not our new studio.
This is just a temporary one at the minute.
But our new studio will look as sick as this. Trust me.
We were going to do one from a more exotic roaming location, maybe.
we were going to do a Breaking Bad one.
Yeah. Man of the match, Champers, yeah. That is why I put that in.
There's my man of the match.
Was it's gone now, isn't it? Did you not see they're getting rid of it even in the footy?
You can't say
player of the match,
anymore,
isn't it?
can you?
It's a player of the match.
In the rugby, it's got rid of it as well.
We were saying that last week, but I think it's gone on the old Soccerino as well.
Which is outrageous because
someone's offended that.
There's no.
You can't say out of a team of 11 versus 11
are they
men
offended
that it's man of the match.
Are they offended that no women are playing in the Premier League as well? Because if you're offended that you can't say a woman, you must be offended that there's no women playing in the Premier League.
Yeah.
You've got to be. That's got to be your train of thought there.
But it's probably come from Sky Sports, hasn't it?
It's come from one of the
BBC.
skirts at Sky Sports who are pulling strings.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Because I mean,
you're still always going to say man of the match, aren't you? No one's going to go.
What are you going to say for marking? Are we going to talk about marking in the future?
Like man on,
person to person marking,
person on,
person on.
Sounds person on.
Did you see the news lady this week that obviously had to read from the script? She was reading from it. She said pregnant person, woman, and then she'd raised her eyebrow. I've got an email. I'll tell you now.
She got sacked, didn't she?
That was a couple of weeks.
No, she never got sacked.
It was a while ago. But I mean, it's just
no, she never got. That was this week. Her name is Martine Croxall, after pregnant people script for Raw. So it says the BBC's newsroom is in open revolt. So there's huge problems afoot at the BBC this week because we've obviously had Tim Davie, who's been the BBC director, having to resign.
Yeah, and also the CEO of News as well.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, who was that? I can't remember the name, actually.
The woman.
But just trying to think of the
name.
name.
I'll be shocked.
This is obviously all to do with what we were talking about last week, isn't it? On the Trump January 6 montage that was spliced together. It was inevitable, wasn't it? The saying that, and I've seen this, and again, it's only alleged at this moment in time, but that Donald Trump is about to sue the BBC for £1 billion or $1 billion.
Is that the rumour?
Is it?
It's alleged online.
Well, fair play to him.
I was going to say.
Fair play.
So yeah, I mean, clearly,
that's ludicrous. That's
a ridiculous what he done.
It's unheard of.
Ridiculous what he done.
And it was actually before his election, weren't it? Which is even worse.
No, but it was a while. No, what wasn't it after the election?
No, I swear, didn't he?
No, it was the January the 6th, wasn't it? It was to say he incited the capital.
Yeah.
Or whatever that is. The riots in the capital. But yeah, I don't think someone's been paying attention there. But big wigs have fell on the sword. For obviously something further down the chain by the look of it. So ideally, they would not want, off the back of some of the stuff that's been going on the last few years over there, in terms of credibility, to have somebody who is as high profile as the American president suing you for credibility reasons is
it's not going to look
globally damaging, isn't it?
It's not going to look good. Put it that way.
The BBC's job is to educate and inform, or whatever it is, and obviously they've been seen as a shining beacon for a long period of time as a bastion of
British broadcasting
values, British values and trust and stuff like that, and obviously that's emanated out all over the world. But at this moment in time, they're severely hamstrung by, it looks like scandal after scandal. And if you're a media organisation and you're not trusted, I mean, how long can you go on?
But probably it's down to social media now, where how many of those scandals have come to light. But imagine how many they've got away with.
That's what I said the other week. Imagine how many we don't know about.
Yeah.
Samurai Night just getting on me cords.
They are rascals, then, to be fair. Jesus.
It's keep more like winter, isn't it?
Someone sent a fiver.
What's that?
Someone sent a super chat.
I'm just having a look down now. I am on the chat, so listen, feel free to fire in.
If you miss any, we're sorry, because
just get in. I'm going down there slowly. Obviously, there's loads of stuff in there that we'd love to talk to you about, but that's not possible. But yeah, I can obviously speak about all the things to do with footy and all that. So yeah, it's
there's someone's put in before about Jamie Carragher. I've seen that, and you see when he come out defending Keir Starmer this week.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna half defend Carragher on this. I know you look
really,
yeah, I am, because he's not very politically minded.
Yeah.
He lives inside the bubble.
He's just saying, I'm going to support whoever leads Labour. He's not saying that. But it's because he actually said, I like Keir Starmer. He said that, didn't he?
But he doesn't. If someone sat down with him and gone, listen, here's Keir Starmer, here's what he's done, here's what he's about.
No, but like, surely...
But no one's done that with him.
He's brutal, isn't he? Carragher, he's damn ways, isn't he? Soft and brutal ways. That's Labour heartland. Like, no one there is voting Tory.
No one, so exciting.
No one's voting the Green Party. That's what I'm saying to you. So I'm going, right, okay, well, whoever leads the Labour Party, whether it's Neil Kinnock or Keir Starmer, there's a lot of people in our area, or a lot of people in loads of areas around the country who are like, I'm Labour, whatever. Yeah. And some people, I'm Tory, whatever.
Campbell, the chat aren't happy with you, mate. The chat are not happy.
I think the key is everybody, like, is the floating voters. I think that's where the elections go, is the discord or the support for that kind of floating vote. If they can, the heartlands of Liverpool or Knowsley, for instance, or Kirkby, or say Liverpool as a city, certain parts of it are going to be staunch Labour. Same way certain parts of other like London will be the same, staunch Labour, and other parts of the country will be staunch Tory. As I say, the rest of them are looking to be captivated, whether that's a Tony Blair or a David Cameron or a Boris Johnson or a Keir Starmer, whatever that is, whatever the next iteration of that looks like. Now, there's other people that are Labour, whatever. Now, I would imagine Carragher comes from Labour heartland, Liverpool fan. They after Hillsborough, they ain't ever voting for Tory, any of them, lads.
Listen, I don't mind voting for Tory, but
he'd rather have the worst Labour leader ever, which no disrespect to Starmer, but he must be in the Hall of Fame for Labour leaders who have not been successful. Certainly in his first 2 years or his first year in charge. I've never known a Prime Minister disliked this quickly.
Rightly so, though. He's been fucking horrendous.
Yeah. He's been
and again, the tax and everyone again. Didn't Reeve say they're going back in for another tax on everybody?
I'm terrified of this budget coming up. But I mean, talking about Carragher individually, I don't think... You're right in saying he is Labour heart and
Carragher's a football man, though, isn't he? He's not a politician.
I agree in the sense
that's what he's saying.
So I can't believe he's getting heat. Like the thing with Gary Neville is Gary Neville dips his toes in politically.
Correct.
So
he
Carragher's
just
been asked a question. He's probably been stitched up.
Yeah.
Whereas, Gary Neville maybe deserves a little bit more heat because he has been, as Josh points out there, Davos.
Yeah.
He was in the Labour political advert at the start, where Carragher's just been asked the question, and because at the minute maybe people are setting the trend. I don't know which kind of trendsetters are out there building like kind of football stroke politics podcasts, but there is a few cool bastards out there who are doing it. And
with brown coats
and then
on.
So what happens is then you talk sports and all the things that are kind of forced into answering questions that they wouldn't, or getting asked questions they normally wouldn't, because other high profile shows are out there doing it, and also some of those big media personalities, your Linekers, your Rio Ferdinand made comments on the tax situation, why he left the country on LBC. Obviously, Carragher's been asked the question, and it's spun out because footballers talking politics weirdly seems to capture the imagination a lot more than actual politicians talking politics.
Well, that's Carragher in a nutshell. He's Mr. Football. He lives and breathes it, doesn't he? So if you say Davos to Carragher, he'd be like, isn't he the Greek fella who fucking owns the
or a centre half who used to play for
that's all Carragher will say. He's not,
well, again, that's the thing, though, isn't it? So that this is one of the reasons why they do say maybe we should keep politics out of sport.
It's a hard one because sport's built on politics, isn't it? Like Liverpool and Everton have both started politically. So it's hard not to keep politics out of sport. But I agree, we should. I mean, I'm happy to see that the Premier League have now...
Do you mean take it out of sport, or sports people maybe not having as much of a say as they do?
No, I mean, like, Black Lives Matter, kneeling.
Keep it out.
Keep all that out. I personally like to keep that out and they're doing it now. They're only going to bring in Remembrance Sunday, aren't they, in the future?
Well, not if you're West Ham. Didn't West Ham take the poppy off the kids?
No, it was a lie. That
was it?
Yeah, that was a big scam. They were fully... Unless they read it on the line and done a big Cruyff turn and stuck it on the shirt last minute, but I don't know. But they definitely had the poppy on the shirt.
Okay, half of your stand-ups fired in. Joey, you should come and put some flags up with us one evening. Heart stand up on socials. Stand strong, brother. England will never die. Cheers for that, mate. Yeah, listen, I've got got to keep myself on the old straight and narrow. I don't think climbing up a ladder at this moment in time would be the smartest move.
You could definitely jig up with them cords on and give you a good grip and get up the kit.
If anyone wants to park the racer or the mountain bike in my cords, you're more than welcome to, that's for sure. Arsenal slipping up, or Sunderland putting it on them.
One of the best games I've seen this season.
Very, very good game I watched it.
But when I watched them against Everton the week before,
they're a good team. They go at you.
Really good team, yeah.
They go at you.
Almost reminds me of that kind of Leicester mentality.
I could say the exact same thing.
Yeah.
They look like when Leicester, the energy that Leicester had with Vardy and Kante, and they just went at you, didn't care. That's what they remind me of.
And although Arsenal, looked favourites throughout the game, you just always knew in the back of your head he's going to get one more chance. They're going to get one more chance, and
he did.
Yeah, he took it well, didn't he?
It makes Everton's points up there look decent, and if obviously Barry would have scored, we'd have won that game because that was for 2-0. So
yeah,
I think
there's a good point actually.
But
do you know what I mean?
You got to call out Mickey Gray here though. See what he said?
No, go on.
The kid who scored first. What was his name?
Ballard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard about it. Yeah, sorry,
he said. He could have a late shout in for the England squad. So he got like 30 odd cap for Northern Ireland. You fucking plum.
David Boone was one of our super fans. Was on moaning. He said it's not as good the lighting in this studio as the other one. This is only temporary, Booney, mate. Listen, we're just filling in a slot here.
We literally done this 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, we've just banged this together.
Pull us out tonight, to be fair, and actually we've done quite a good job. A lot of people saying it's good.
Because we were running around, weren't we, about how to play it and stuff, and we've just got to keep it going. Obviously, footy, it's the gift what keeps on giving every week. There's loads of topics to talk about.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got so much to talk about. But there's also a lot we can't talk about.
Yeah, so Arsenal and Arteta seemed a bit pissed off that he didn't win the game.
Of course he is.
If you're looking at it, any football fan knew Sunderland deserved something out of it.
100% Sunderland deserved something out of that game.
Yeah, and Granit Xhaka as well.
I got done on Twitter after.
Has he been the sign? Did you? Why?
With Arteta come out and saying, we didn't have enough. They didn't give us enough corners, so we didn't win. And I seen him and thought, fucking hell, that must be real, that. Because that's what he'd say.
You get done easy though, don't you?
You do get.
Because no, it was a full graphic, and I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Like that's actually something he'd say, and I was like, what a prick.
You'd have to proofread everything now. You have to go in and go.
Twitter is a cesspool.
Isn't it crazy? It's mad you read it and you go, that's actually got nothing to do with that.
Just screen grab it and then lash it in ChatGPT and said, is that real? Instead of going on Gawk and make yourself look like a tit.
I've got the time for that. We're doing it with every post.
I know. I honestly do it. Is that real? I just go, nah, not real, that mate. I'll sound.
My ChatGPT is a bit of a fucking lazy bastard. I'm always having to go back and forth with it. I want you to
you have to have a scrap on with it.
Do you reckon they're all the same now, or each one's
it knows you. My ChatGPT calls me Cambo.
Yeah, it depends how you talk to it.
My ChatGPT now calls me Cambo.
Joe calls it babe.
Honest to God, it's weird. Yeah. Josephine.
What was I going to say? Up in Scotland, Hearts drop points, and Rangers and Celtic won. That could still get interesting up there.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how that shakes out up there.
What's the points difference?
I think Hearts have still got a few point lead. Rangers are coming back up, but it'll be them 3.
It'll be good to see if it goes to the end, like.
It'd be nice. I mean, for Arts, obviously, to get in the mix, just so there's another horse in the race. I mean, you know, your Celtic Rangers will no doubt assume command, but Tony Bloom has obviously given them a fighting chance.
First ban in the works, definitely.
Well, they will do with his.
And it'd be good for the league.
Aston Villa I watched yesterday. I thought they were really good. Thought Villa was superb. Newcastle losing.
Yeah, it's
to Brentford.
We're talking about
going 1-0 up
in
as
trouble.
well.
Look strong in the Champions League, but
We talk about managing trouble. How long's Eddie Howe?
No,
I don't know.
Fucking hell.
I don't know.
What? He's below.
It's all about managers.
lost the key player.
Brentford's manager's done unbelievable for
He's
what everyone
below the
thought
top,
he was
To be
going to
honest, I think the
By the
Isaac
way,
situation
I thought
has affected both teams.
I thought he'd struggle.
100% has.
I really thought he'd
I had
struggle. I
Brentford
thought
to
he'd be
go
the
down.
first manager sacked, Keith Andrews. I just felt, you know, they'd lost the best players in him. Kuna and Bueno. Not Kuna. Norgard. Visser. Where is he? You don't seen him at Newcastle?
Still
injured?
He's still got his
Injured,
thing, hasn't he? Still got his is it his groin or his hamstring or
Do you know what I mean?
something?
So Newcastle's
He'll be good
squad
for them,
there,
innit?
that's the
Staffed up.
Newcastle squad there just hasn't got the depth in it to go with Champions League all out,
Yeah.
and then obviously all out again the following weekend.
Same as 2 seasons ago, weren't it? When they got
The
close,
Prem's tough, mate.
they nearly
Tough
got
for
out of
them.
that group of death, but it obviously paid. It killed them off. In the
Wolves
Premier
got
League that
pumped again.
Yeah.
2 points, not one in 11. Has a club ever fucking stayed up from this position?
No.
The 3 in the bottom 3 now are all teams that were in the league last year. I hope it stays that
I
way.
know. I still think Leeds are going to go down.
I don't know.
I just don't. I've seen them play and they're like a poor Everton.
Leeds.
Yeah.
It's the home
Fucking
form's
hell.
going to be key for
They're like
them,
a
isn't it?
I hope
Home form's going to
They
be
can
key
keep
for them.
Alan Road the fortress, but they just look like a poor Everton to me, and that's.
Aston Villa was in there 1982's, but hi Joey, what's your memories of Villa Park?
Good ground, man.
Phenomenal pitch, lovely pitch, lovely stadium actually, Villa Park, like because you come in on the bottom corner, don't you, by the goal. I've scored there a couple of times, I think. Definitely scored there. I scored there in a black kit for Man City, like a black or like navyish dark bluey with a stripe. And Distan scored a good goal there. And I always remember Michael Richards' first goal.
Header.
Yeah, like a kind of flat corner in the FA Cup. Big Meeks coming.
last minute.
Remember I'm talking about
Got
that.
on the end there. But yeah, it was always a bit of a lucky hunting ground. I'm sure I scored there before. But also, when we were at Newcastle, we got relegated there one year, although I wasn't in the squad because I'd fell out with Mary Poppins. So yeah, I was on the naughty step at that time.
Oh yeah.
Samurai Nige has been a bit harsh on you there. Skid mark is a bit thick. Which way do you mean? There's a couple of ways you can.
I think that was in relation to your Carragher remarks, that to be fair.
Oh, right, is it?
Yeah, I just
okay.
don't think someone's put here, Joe, you'd be box office in the jungle. You actually would. And have you seen who's going in the
Fucking
jungle?
now he would, yeah, with that
The
line.
jungle.
Have you seen who's going in the jungle? You'd be
No,
happy,
but
but
I'd-
you won't have,
I'd-
really. Angry Ginge.
Oh, all right. Wouldn't you best bring load of Factor 50?
There's someone else as well. Alex Scott.
Alex Scott. She'd be alright.
Tell you what, he was in it though, fucking Kelly Bruch.
Kelly Brook.
Kelly Bruch. I can't wait to see her getting in
Seen
the
him now,
shower.
though?
Yeah.
Seen it now though.
No.
Put it right for you, fucking.
Oh,
Have you seen
Oh,
Nelly
she-
Furtado?
Take
Anyone
that
seen
back,
Nelly
take that back.
Furtado?
Take that back.
Hurry and Timber.
Nelly
my
Furtado
God.
looks like she
Oh.
ate Nelly
Yeah,
Furtado.
she does.
Yeah, I seen
Oh, my-
Kelly Brook on the thing saying she was going in the jungle. Mate, she was a lovely looking girl. Kelly Brook, weren't
Back
she?
in the
But she's
day.
gone.
Put a bit of jury on.
My
Yeah,
God,
I
yeah,
see.
she's
I don't mind a little.
been on the
No,
creatine.
lad,
I think
this
she's
is
been.
a bit.
Bad, is it?
Looks like she's had to go on the creatine there or something.
But speaking back on Nelly Furtado, she come out publicly and
She's
said
been on
had
the
to
way. She's been on the way
re-retire.
protein there.
She's had
It
to
looks
re-retire.
like
She's
that.
had to re-retire because of the
Heat.
abuse she was getting about
Oh, wait.
the weight. Yeah, she on the opposite to Ozempic.
I thought she still
I
looked
know
quite
what
fit.
that-
Yeah,
Do you
it's
think she's quite fit?
Don't mind it.
No, Nelly Furtado.
yeah. Listen, some people have a glow up, some people have a blow up, don't they? It's different horses for courses. It just depends whether you get on the
Sometimes-
Botox or whatever they've got, the filler and all that, or whether you get on the hamburgers.
Listen, sometimes they look a bit better with a bit of beef on. Sometimes they
Um,
don't.
Yeah, look, it's each to their own, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You got to like whatever you got to like, but you know they always say, don't they? Like, you know, the reality of it is if you're in the public eye like that and you're a big Hollywood actress, or there's not the same pressure on fellas, is there, to stay in shape? And I know you got to stay within reason, but like an ex-boxer, like or next footballer forever can get put weight on, usually do when they stop playing and no one has a meltdown. If it's an ex-actress or a singer, people are like, oh my God.
Yeah, you're right. If an ex-woman athlete bangs the beef line,
Yeah.
you're like, wow. But like when Ronaldo bowls out with a big fat beer belly, no one's asked.
Or Roberto Duran or someone, or Prince Nazim Ahmed. Do you know what I mean? Someone like that.
Looks
No one.
boxing gloves.
Whereas if it's a girl who does it, who's in the spotlight,
you're
you're
right.
like, oh my God, she's fucking at an hand grenade.
United Spurs was a cracker as well.
I actually haven't seen the United Spurs game. I've seen the result. What was the what was my man Amoren tactically 4-3-3,
Yeah, they were unlucky.
3-4-3.
It was mad. They went down to 10 because they got an injury. And couldn't make any more subs. And then Spurs got back in the game. They 1-0 up. What about Richarlison's equalised? Put them 2-1 up, took his top off. Like he did at Anfield, done a full celebration. And then fucking United go up the other end and equalise.
Every time he took his top off. They've never won a game when he's took his top off.
Oh God.
So
right at the end as well.
He done it at Anfield, didn't he? Then Liverpool went and scored the winner.
Jota.
Yeah, Jota.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Good game.
Fucking just keep me top on.
Another unbeaten game for United. They're picking.
Yeah, I still don't think they look. They're in. Don't think they're great, but you know, time will tell.
So the table at the minute, 10 games. We've got a little bit of an international break.
How close it is?
Good win for Chelsea.
How close it is. It's opened it right up.
It's.
Is it 2 points between 9th and 3rd?
Something like that. Yeah. It's nuts how close it is.
Yeah. What, Joe? You said you watched the Villa game, Bournemouth. Scrappy.
Yeah, Bournemouth. To be fair, I seen the stat before the game kicking off. Obviously, Unai Emery, I think, has got 6 games as a coach, 7 games as a coach against Areola, and never lost one. So they comfortably dealt with Bournemouth. Bournemouth had a little go. Clive here was lively. They've got some exciting players in the side. I like the boy Scott in midfield, but once Villa took the lead, you know, they managed to I think it just settled the whole stadium. And then to be fair to the keeper made a great save. Martinez. Villa scored, and then he made a save again from the penalty from Semenyo. And then Villa scored, you know, with Malin and the other, like quite quick, and it looks like they've murdered them in the end. And to be fair, they beat them easily. But again, you know, Martinez had one of his better games. I thought Villa were good though. Yeah,
Villa lost the first 4 and then they've won 6 on the bounce.
Is that what it is?
They were.
No, they got beat by us.
Yeah, lost the first 4 games.
No, they lost.
What would I say about Villa?
2 games ago, they lost to Liverpool.
Or did they?
Yeah.
Well, lost the first 3
he's a good manager,
and then
isn't he? Do you mean like no
matter
matter what you say, like he fought? I mean, don't forget Martinez looked like he was trying to force the hand and get to Man United before the window closed.
Yeah.
The keeper.
He was.
Somehow he's kept hold of him, and I think for any team, the foundation point to move off is a great goalie. Like it just helps massively if you've got a good goalie. Like, you know, Liverpool, I think Liverpool don't get beat 3-0 if Alisson's in goal, because it just brings a kind of calmness and a presence to. Now, I'm not saying any of those goals were the keeper's fault, but I just think there's like a.
No, it's a subliminal.
There's an authority there.
Does the midfielder shoot from that far when Alisson's in goal? So it's just like a message. I'm not going to score past Alisson. I'll ping it out wide line with the cross. No, something like that. It's just little things like that. What you're right, Alisson just changes the opposition's mindset sometimes, which he does because he's the best in the world.
When is he back? How long is he out for?
After the international break,
hopefully.
Listen, I don't think Mamardashvili's done anything terrible, but he's just not.
He's been all right, to be fair.
So we got Arsenal on 26 points in first, City 4 points behind in second, Chelsea 2 behind them in third, Sunderland in the last Champions League spot a point behind Chelsea, and then we're stacked up Tottenham, Aston Villa, Man United, Liverpool, Bournemouth all on 18 down to 9th, and then you've got Palace and Brighton who drew 0-0 the weekend on 17 and 16, kind of completing the top 10, top 11. So it is, you know, a mega competitive league this year. I mean, for me down the bottom, just looking at it, Wolves, you got to say, 2 points after 11 games. You know, you're
looked dead and buried.
Yeah,
you know, you're a quarter of the way through the season there, aren't you? A 38 game season, give or take. You know, they're going to need to have a miraculous recovery. It depends who the manager is. They're talking about Rob Edwards from Middlesbrough. They offered £2 million for him allegedly.
You're having that or not? I don't.
Well, he used to play there, didn't he?
Well, he didn't do well at Luton, did he? He didn't do well at Luton.
Oh no,
he was at Wolves. No, he started at Wolves.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, he started at Wolves as a coach in the youth team, I think, and then went to Forest Green when we were in there with obviously Big L, with the winner there. They won the league. Did they win the league or actually win the league?
They got automatic though, didn't they?
I think they might have won the league on the last day of the season. Yeah. And then Exeter was the other team and us in third. And then Rob went to Luton after that. Obviously, Luton promoted, and then obviously back-to-back relegations, and he's left and gone up to Middlesbrough and done a good job, really. But there was lots of noise that he'd lost his love of football after the Luton, and that he wasn't going to go back in, and he took the Middlesbrough job quite quick. Been really successful, and obviously this is a Premier League job now for him, and he's got experience of fighting relegation with his Luton season there.
Yeah.
And he's obviously, that's his club. I think he played there and obviously coached there. So
they're both kind of like free.
It may be one for
the
the future as well.
Yeah.
If Wolves do go down, and it's somebody who can hopefully get them back up.
Yeah.
Obviously next season. So I can see how that works. It leaves Middlesbrough with a bit of a hole, because after Michael Carrick's exit, the top three in the league in the champ and got a chance this year if they get that appointment right.
Job there for you.
You've also got Lampard, Coventry beating Stoke in the champ. So, cementing the place on the top. I mean, what a comeback from Lamps at Coventry.
Someone asked before, what do you think of him, to be fair?
I thought he was the worst manager I've ever seen at Everton. I mean, at Chelsea done all right, but at Everton he kind of lost his way massively. I mean, we were lucky to stay up. Recruitment, his hands might have been tied by what's gone on, but he's certainly gone into Coventry and put that behind him, hasn't he? I suppose going and managing Chelsea and again in that little spell of managing Everton will have helped him as a young manager.
It's just doing the stripes, isn't it? It's just learning on the trade. That's exactly what he's doing. And
fair play to him.
Yeah, I don't think you can knock. I think you're right. When I seen him at Everton, I'm shocked he didn't go down Everton with him. But he's come out of that a better manager, and he's showing it now. And I think he has got the potential to go on and be a top manager.
He could be England manager, couldn't he? Because there's not many candidates as
it
is.
If he carries on,
I think they'll be grooming him for that England.
I think he could be England manager.
The only thing is, isn't it, how long can the old baboon's arse stay? The old baboon's arse is getting more prominent, isn't it?
Mm.
You've not seen it?
No, I don't know what you... Oh, Lamps?
Oh, have you not seen it?
Not the
Has he got a little
I've seen it.
I've not seen his island.
I seen a clip the other day when
you need to someone
had got him. Was it Gary Lineker got him? He said that.
In the World Cup, he won that.
So what was that? That was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but it's gone since. He's got all. He's working all sorts. A bit of raining that he's running for the hills like Gizmo out of the Gremlins.
Easy fly there twice a week.
Dicey gets his first win. Not Forest beating Leeds 3-1 at home.
Dicey doing what Dicey does. That's exactly what we said he was going to do. It's kind of cemented the team and back to basics and
points on the board.
Elliot Anderson getting a goal, taking a penalty, getting a goal.
Great pen as well.
Took the pen, literally just after Morgan gives way come off though.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have been.
He must have been buzzing.
Does he start for England World Cup?
In this form, it's hard. You know what? I seen a stat. He had the most average passes into the final third in the Premier League this season.
The most forward passes,
good,
breaking the lines.
Yeah, 12 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. His touches and all that on all the data. He's the top passes, top touches. I think he's got it right. I can't say who's going to come and overthrow him. I think he's done great in qualifiers.
Right, Jude Bellingham, and then
not for
maybe a playing a 10.
Adam Wharton and the kid from Bournemouth you just mentioned has been called up
Alex
as well.
Scott. Yeah. He's in pole position though, isn't he, at the minute? He's in pole position after the last few qualifiers at the minute.
Would you play Bellingham as the 10?
Yeah.
Rice. Or would you play Rice and then Anderson sitting or put Rice in the middle?
Rice is having a good season, isn't he? Definitely Rice having a good season.
I think whenever I watch Bellingham now, the team just looks off balance and out of kilter, I think.
Yeah, I watched him.
He's got a bit of form. He's come into a bit of form.
I know, but I just think his ego carries a bit too much weight.
You could be right. That's probably why he got dropped.
West Ham, big win. Massive win, actually.
Yeah, I think he's going to keep them up.
I said that when he came in. Yeah. I think he made them solid. That'll go. I mean, the fans are still not happy, are they? Still, lots of murmurings that they want the board and all that to be moved on. But I think when you look at it saying, look, Wolves have got an absolute mountain to climb from here. I'm thinking Sunderland now. Looking at Sunderland, I think they're going to be the shock of the season. I don't think they're going to have any problem staying in the division unless they have a momentous collapse, which you can't see. because they look like they've got a young, hungry team mixed with a little bit of experience, and it looks like the fans have really bought into it.
A lot of people saying Granit Xhaka is the signing of the season.
Well, when he came in, we said, didn't we, he was struggling physically when he was at Arsenal, and obviously discipline-wise at Arsenal. But I think his influence on the team, it's been a masterstroke from Regis Lafay taking him in Sunderland.
It's a great sign.
Great sign.
I mean, you look like Liverpool could do with him. I'd take him at Everton.
Did he take them up from League One?
No, he should come in.
No, he came from Leverkusen in the summer.
Just this season.
Granit Xhaka.
No, the manager.
No, not Xhaka.
Oh, sorry, the manager.
Oh, the manager,
yeah.
he came in, brought them up, yeah.
From League One.
Don't forget, they had a
achievement,
decent
that,
group growing though, because Tony Mowbray was building a good group there. They had some good young players, but this fella's brought them on again. You know, they had a playoff scare, didn't they, a couple of years ago. And as I say, since the Dreyfus, Kirill Dreyfus and that have got involved, Sunderland have gone from strength to strength.
Yeah, the recruitment's been...
Well, don't forget, they were doing that documentary, weren't they, with that Charlie Mepham and all that, wasn't it? Which became a little bit like Only Fools and Horses in parts, and when they were stuck in League One for a number of years. It was almost like the other comedy sketch that they have on Sky. What's that Sky one?
Which?
It's based in Manchester, like Shameless, but it's a football club based in Manchester.
What?
Salford.
Oh.
No, to be fair, they've got a chance of going up this year. Robbo's gotten them going all right at the minute, Carl Robbo. I mean, that League Two's wide open.
Do you see Paul Scholes is like something head of recruitment or something there, isn't he?
Salford?
Yeah.
I think it's their club, isn't it? So they must have, when they get bored or they go, right, let's just change jobs again and see what happens.
Paul Scholes? I don't know.
They'll be spending some money, lad.
Will he be getting weighed in for being, like, what's the director?
An owner? No, he's part owner, isn't he? So I don't think... You don't get weighed in, do you? You just get like you're a shareholder and you get...
No, haven't you just said he's head of recruitment?
Yeah.
So will he get weighed in for that, even though he's an owner? Or is that...
No, I don't think so, no. I'd very much doubt if Paul Scholes on the payroll.
Oh, nice. Someone's telling me big game Saturday, Macclesfield versus Prescott Cables on Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, the Parklands might have a game though,
Bigger game, Parklands.
Is that home?
Parklands.
I'm thinking about making a comeback.
Parklands at home to
Thinking about making a comeback.
Another bit of a derby. We always have a bit of murder with them. But yeah, Parklands at home on Saturday, 2 o'clock kickoff. Speaking of Parklands, someone got man of the match at the weekend.
Seeing it, 1-0 win, yeah.
Some handsome bastard got man of the match at the weekend.
No one handsome.
A couple of the lads are watching.
No one handsome.
You have to give a shout out to the big Parklands. But yeah,
Flying, aren't you?
1-0 away.
Where did you play?
To
Holden? Or just Centre?
played in the 6, you know.
You playing the 6, yeah.
Well,
nice.
half. Me and our Connor.
Yeah.
Me and our Connor.
Oh,
But it was a good game.
I have to change my angle here.
Tough conditions.
No, I keep doing
Quite
it.
low down.
Like, you're going
You go over 40 and you leave your knees
Joe, you
mangled.
getting similarities to style of play with Granit Xhaka?
Xhaka, I think he's left-footed though, Xhaka, didn't he?
I think he had a bit of technicality about him, Xhaka. He's got like a bit of...
Can I say, mate?
I'm saying...
Joe, he takes set pieces, didn't
I'm
he?
saying he was a bruiser.
Pen
No.
taker, mate? Free kick taker?
Yeah, but that's not... I mean, I think, as you said, left-footed, they're always a little bit more cultured.
Yeah, he's got a lovely left foot, Xhaka. He's
You're right there, mate.
he is a good player. I didn't think he'd do as well as he did. I thought he might be a bit of a...
Shit the bed.
I thought he was past it.
I did. I thought it was a mad sign.
Javi
20 mil as
Alonso's
well,
clearly helped
It
him.
was 20 mil.
I don't know whether you've seen this. Alison Pearson in the Telegraph.
Great article.
I think it is inevitable. A man I grant asylum to will rape or murder a young girl. Caseworker reveals how illegal migrants trick the system to stay in Britain.
Horrifying for any parent, isn't it?
Oh, the whole article is horrifying.
I mean, I read it, and yeah, I mean, you just think, don't you? Like, we've seen some other stuff in terms of people getting out and people not being processed, and you go, what's going on? Who's here?
It's right, but it's like the worst part. The whole article was horrific, but the worst part of it was when she said about them getting deported. He went, no one goes back. It's basically you do it on your own. It's like so when we're talking about the asylum seekers coming here and claiming asylum and staying, no one's getting sent back.
Well, this is what got me. It says Nikki and her colleagues must somehow assess the claims of those customers. They're not allowed to call them asylum seekers. They've got to call them customers. Mostly men from Africa and Asia who come ashore on the south coast of England, often without identity documents. In 2025 alone, official figures suggest around 37,000 have crossed the channel by small boat. So I wonder how much that's going to cost us.
That's got to stop.
Well, again, it's a huge worry, because if we can't process these people correctly and we can't understand, if they're coming with all manner of different reasons to be here from other countries, but some of the ones being, because they've been in big trouble in other countries.
Correct.
Usually countries don't get rid of, the Albert Einsteins of the
your doctors and your teachers and your
you know what I mean? You do get a few, as I would imagine, in asylum channels, but also it's usually the people who are breaking in illegally without documents tend not to be, the quantum physicists.
Exactly, tend not to be. And there was just see someone interviewing one of them coming on holding his boat, climbing on shore last week. And he said something like, I've been in France for 7 years, I've been in jail for 5 of it, and I'm finally in Britain or something.
Well, they were saying, so she got asked one of the questions: how many disappeared asylum seekers does Nikki think are in the UK? So she asked, this is the woman who works in the processing of it. To be honest, I think it must be hundreds of thousands, just based on the number of further submissions claims, and that's without the initial asylum claims from the people who were able to come over on lorries before Brexit. And they were mainly the ones who absconded because they just got out of the lorry and ran. Just like, they don't even know.
Well, this is all the numbers and all the stats we're seeing where we're getting fed, that's half the numbers, because they think 50% of people coming here abscond straight away.
And also she's saying, look, there's certain countries that the Home Office say we're not allowed to send people back to. So Afghanistan, Eritrea, Kuwait, Sudan, at the moment, they are high-rank countries. And they used to include Syria, Libya, Yemen and Iraq. Eritrea is on the list because we can't return anyone to a country with enforced military conscription because it's in against their human rights. So it's and also there's lots of people who saying if people come in, they just start going, no, I'm this, and this, and then eventually they say, listen, I can't go back because if I do, I'm a homosexual, and if I do go back, I will be killed. So they ultimately know that, they're already told, say this, and this is your last one. This is the get out of jail free card to stay.
That's exactly what's happening. I mean, we already know that's what's going on. So, but there's a rumour, I don't know how true it's going to be, and I don't know whether to believe it or not, that the UK may take up, is it the Danish immigration policy, which is very similar to the Australian immigration policy, which means you can claim asylum outside of the country. So you got to claim it on. There'll be I don't know what they have in Australia. Have it off some islands just off Australia.
Okay.
If you come onto shore,
I've seen it. Yeah,
you get shipped off right there. So they're literally outside the country. But then that doesn't solve the people coming here and absconding straight away. So
our problem is we bring them onto the mainland to process them, or they put them in these overflow hotels to process.
So they get processed in camps off outside of the UK. So they come here, they get shipped somewhere else straight away. But so it solves one problem, but still there's other little problems that it doesn't solve.
So obviously we've come off the back of Remembrance Week, or we're finishing with Remembrance Sunday. It does always make you really proud, no matter what's going on in the country, to see the military parade, to see the respect given to the fallen soldiers of the British Empire, and obviously the First and Second World War. To see everybody turn out in the military regalia, even the leaders or some of the people that are at the light of the reefs. But all the build up to it, I thought, again, certain mainstream media channels, disgusting. There was a 100-year-old guy on one of the shows. I think his name was Alec Began.
Yeah.
And he's been selling poppies, I think he said, since he was 14. He was 100. And he's getting asked questions because he said something about his feelings, his opinion on whether it was worth it or not for the sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice that some of those people made, and obviously the people who risked their lives and stayed here feel that waste of life, that risk they took was not worth it for what they've ended up with now.
And if it's coming from his mouth, how can you argue against that?
But the presenter, I forgot his name. He must
Adel Ray or something like that, was it?
Tried to trip him up, and I was fuming. I was fuming at him.
What do you mean by that?
What he just said? He said? What he said? Can you explain what you mean by that? Like, everyone knows what he meant by it. Just this Adel Ray, who, by the way, has come out recently. I don't know whether it was in favour of Sharia law or whether it was just saying it's not that bad, really. When he's talking about New York. So this is Adel Ray, who's
Alex words where the sacrifice wasn't worth the result that it is now.
which is right. I don't think many would argue against that. But this
How
Adel
can
Ray
you?
was
It's coming
trying.
from his mouth,
So
who was there, and he's living in what he's seeing now, and he's just... how can you argue against that?
because these people do. These people want to try and trip him up. He tried to trip him up on live TV and tried to make him say something like, because, you know, it's this overflow with immigration and this and that. And that's what he tried to make him say. And, you know, I can't get to see a doctor and I can't get to see him. That's what he tried to make him say.
This is the reality of it. So, obviously, Sunday being Remembrance Sunday, 886,100,000 men died in the First World War. British men, all right?
There was
in the Second World War,
was there?
384.
So over 1 million in both
384,100,000. Is that right?
Yeah,
makes
I think
sense.
yeah.
So it makes sense, does it?
No, there was 800k and 300k.
886k
in the First
World War and 384k in the Second World War.
Over 1 million.
So
I think of that
when you think 1 million men, that is
men, yeah,
that's men, British men died in them first two wars, and it's tragic that they sacrificed everything for the country only for us to give it away without a fight, because that's what we're heading for at the minute with this. You know, obviously
that's just the British men. There was others who died in the war as well.
But I'm
saying that's the British men alone. So your number's going to be 1.5.
Well, this is key. So this is ninth. Don't forget, in the First World War, which I put some stuff on the socials this week about our grandfather, our great-great-grandfather, Patrick Stanton, who was given a military medal of distinction in 1915 at Ypres in France. I think it was a German sniper had taken out the two previous people, and he had to get the communications line across and managed to get it across. But obviously, as I say, two had been shot dead before him. At that point, I would imagine, you imagine how anxious or distressed you'd be, thinking, "Oh my God, I'm gonna have to pick this telegram thing up and get it across." And as I say, the German sniper had been successful twice before our great grandfather, and he got it across, and obviously the rest is history. But imagine, the apprehension and how you're feeling before that, and 95% of the men who fought in the First World War did not have the right to vote.
Didn't they know?
Well, that's why they got the right to vote, because they fought and won the First World War. So it was their sacrifice which ultimately gave everyone suffrage, which included the working class men and women eventually, because of that war. Obviously the Second World War, again, we ended up with women's suffrage coming out the back of that in terms of women getting the vote, but the working class got the vote, as I say, after that First World War, because the absolute sacrifice of the working class men.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Did you see, going back to some old news from the other week?
So, sorry mate, our grandfather was King's Regiment, Liverpool, 13th Battalion, and he got military medal 1914 to 15, a star, 1914 to 1918, the war medal from the First World War, and obviously the victory medal.
So you're probably most families.
Well, their name will have been Staunton before, but they had to drop the U, didn't they? Because the Irish were discriminated against. You remember the signs? No Irish, no dogs.
Yeah, no black.
Was that? Yeah, that came later. I think after.
Did it?
Yeah, that came later, but it was first. That first thing, it was no Irish, no dogs.
No whites, no Catholics, no dogs.
No, you don't see that. You're not allowed to discriminate anymore, are you?
That's what it may as well be, right? Anyway.
So yeah. Yeah, very, very interesting. But as I say, for us, it's one of those strange times, isn't it? Because you think, I always, in that 2-minute silence or when I stand there, I just always think of, like, you can think of your granddad, especially in the First World War, where there's no aircraft, and you're just thinking they were just dug in the battlefields along the Maginot Line there. Wait, the thing of the football on Christmas Day and all that, and. You got to think. Imagine that there was horses dead, because it wasn't the Second World War where it was barbed wire, military, artillery, bombs. It was the First World War where it was pretty much still, not long after cavalry charges and people entrenched in, and
not just dead horses, dead bodies.
Well, everything. Imagine that space in between, and they were just dug in.
I'd never thought about it. We'd done a minute silence at footy on Saturday, and I've obviously done them before every year, but I'd never actually sat there and thought about what it must have been like. So to be in the war, and just because of the way things are going at the minute. When did we do it? I was like, obviously I had like a deeper think about it, and I was like, fucking hell. Like the way things are going now.
And they were all like, what, 19, 20, 21-year-old lads, like, do you know what I mean? Where you're thinking, fuck,
I'm looking 19, 21-year-olds now.
You know, when we think about it, the First World War, I was telling, I was speaking to obviously Georgia about this the other day, and I was explaining to her, like, look, the First World War was Queen Victoria, obviously Queen of England. There's a bit massive statue of it in Liverpool, where on the site of the old Liverpool castle, Queen Victoria. And her grandsons were obviously the King of England, I think it was Albert, Kaiser Wilhelm, or the King of Germany, and obviously Tsar Nicholas, who was the King of Russia. They were all her grandsons. So by all accounts, that First World War was because of a dinner party where one of them got sat in the wrong place at a dinner party and nose was put out of joint. And that led, when they were kids, that led to bickering when they were older. And the First World War was basically a family bickering, using the peasants as the chess pieces and the pawns in the game. And obviously, you know, the empire for England was stretching its resources. Then the Second World War became as a direct consequence of the economic restrictions put on the Germans. You know, in the was the Treaty of Versailles, where they were forced to give reparations and stuff from the First World War, and there was sanctions put on them in terms of their iron ore production, etc. And that's what the National Socialists and Adolf Hitler latched onto, because Germany plunged into an economic crisis.
And
because
that was how they hated the Jews.
That's how it built, And obviously, you know, the rest is history. And then obviously Hitler again destroyed the country after the capitulation to the Germans, to the Russians and the Allies in 1945. So very, very interesting. Mad stat I found this week. This is going to throw you this week. Now, I might have been clickbaited. I don't think I have, because I had a good look into it. It's on me ancient archaeology finds.
I love this. Tenor chat. Go on.
A 1.2 million year old workshop full of hundreds of obsidian hand axes has been found in Ethiopia.
Did you find any Everton trophies?
So Ethiopia, remember I was talking to you about Joe Rogan saying the Book of Enoch,
the Book of Enoch,
and the Ethiopian Bible, and Africa being seen as the place where civilization and the Fertile Crescent came from. Well, they're saying that they found a workshop, and you can see that basically they've been, you know, obsidian, which is like the black, they call it firestone or something like that, don't they? But they've tried to make axe handles, you know, for where you put on an axe with them. And there's been a workshop where they've been making them, and they've had off-casts, but they've dated it back. They found hundreds of them. And they've dated them back, and they're saying they're 1.2 million. So it's showing that there was people trying to work tools 1.2 million years ago. Now, that would massively throw off, and it would start to point into the Graham Hancock stuff of a civilization with amnesia, and there's been lots of iterations of us. Because I always think, if there's been dinosaurs at one point, and there's obviously some kind of cataclysmic event that's taken them out, there must have been a number of iterations of that if the Earth's millions of years old.
You're thinking the Flintstones there, aren't you?
And also, no, if I'm
watching the Flintstones,
I haven't. If I'm to believe what I believe about what Graham Hancock says, you know, Göbekli Tepe, the Younger Dryas impact theory, etc., which is 12,000 years ago, then I'm also, you know, open to the idea that because of the Book of Enoch and the fusion of the human being on the DNA strand at chromosome 2, that we well could have been visited from outside forces either, you know, outside our solar system, or forces even further afield at some point in either the past or we will be in the future.
They're coming back, aren't they? Have you seen that free Atlas? It's changed course.
It's changed course. It's also got its own propulsion system.
Okay, so it's saying
what's going on.
It's saying
on
that
Earth
we're getting kept in the dark over that.
Okay, archaeologists have found a 1.2 million year old factory that produced thousands of obsidian tools, and it pushes back the timeline of sophisticated hominin production by 500,000 years. The site is littered with nearly 600 perfectly crafted hand axes. Proves that an unknown species of early human, predating our own, wasn't just opportunist making tools. They were running a dedicated workshop, using advanced skills to create standardized tools, a level of planning and craftsmanship we thought was 500,000 years younger.
So what does
So
that
how
do
much else don't they know?
So
do you know what I mean?
What does that do to the evolution theory? Because half a million years within the evolution theory is massive. They probably at that time, we think Homo sapiens or whatever they were called at that point couldn't speak. They were all So they obviously weren't. They obviously could communicate very well, and if they're building tools and doing that.
Well,
what
else don't we know?
What don't we know?
But I always think I think there's so much. I think they only tell us a certain amount. I'm pretty sure the Vatican has got stuff in there that would make a lot of sense, especially if they're saying that, they've removed books from the Bible, and we have to accept that no matter what. The Bible is passed from person to person, and it's been controlled by a select few for a long period. So we'd have to say there's going to be way more information to come to light to help us understand how we got here, why we're here, what we're meant to do, than currently what we're known. I think it's literally like just let the lemons know exactly enough to keep them alive and not too much to confuse their little monkey brains.
Someone just put on here, tell Joey he looks like Rachel Maddow, by the way. So I'll have to Google it.
Rachel Maddow?
I'll have to Google it.
Let's have a look. Oh, she's the one that did crank off the... she is the crank off... not a dime, yeah. What's she off? She's a lefty crank off American TV, yeah, isn't she?
Yeah.
How dare you?
She's ring of that one, mate. Brilliant.
I'll give you that. Elliot Anderson at Rovers. Someone's asking me talk to me. Elliot Anderson. I've spoken about him before. He was.
What, did you manage Elliot Anderson?
I never knew that.
Did you manage Elliot Anderson?
I never knew that. I just never spoke about it.
Anyway, he was. As soon as he came in, I can't remember. I was talking to him about it the other day, and I said, "You knew straight away. Like some kids come in and they're coming from Newcastle's kind of academy group, but been in and around the first team group, but you still think like an academy player." As soon as he came in, you could see he didn't. I mean, I just remember.
How old was he when he first come in? 19.
No.
So he was. I just remember him. He'd done a couple of things in training early. One was on Glenn Wheel and one was on Paul Coote. Two really good players and really experienced. So the fact that just the way he turned and dropped his shoulder,
like he does now.
He just had, and you went, "Oof, that was different." Like you can tell. Sometimes just people moved, and then as the team dropped in, I remember we played Sutton away in the first game. He was available, and we didn't start him because Sutton were a real physical side at the time. Big, strong, physical, and the pitch was firm in around a kind of an early part of the year, and we were drawing the game, and obviously put him into the game, and he just, you could see straight away this was like he was just way above the level straight away, and then after that he never come out the side. We ended up playing him in a kind of, left wing of a 4-3-3 position, mainly just to, keep him out the firing line, a central midfield in League Two at the time, which was quite physical.
Wirtz, yeah.
And yeah, he just, he really complemented. We had some good players in that side. You're Aaron Collins, Sam Finley, Anthony Evans, Paul Coote, Glenn Whelan. I mean, we had some.
You had a good mixture of experience with youth.
Yeah, we just it took us a while to just knit that group together, but once we got that January done, and we took James Connolly to partner Connor Taylor at the back, the team just kind of dropped in and away we went. As I say, if we hadn't have managed to win 7-0 on the last day of the season, and we would have had to go in the playoffs, because you had Elliot Anderson flying, and as well as others who'd had good seasons, but predominantly him, where you knew he was a player that was slightly more advanced than everybody you could see, and there was no doubt in my mind he was going to play for England. I actually told him. I remember speaking to him in the dressing room at Northampton away, saying like, "Look, you're well better than me. You're well more advanced than me, and all you have to do is just make sure you dedicate yourself to your craft, and have a little bit of luck with injuries, because there's things he could do that I can't do." But when I watch him now, I would love to work with him just on his positioning, because I think I could help him take a massive shortcut in terms of picking up that position really quickly. I mean, look, he's playing for England, he's doing a great job of it, but I just think there's certain things about that position that once you know them, you find another level of performance.
I think you're right. I think what I look at Elliot Anderson, I think someone, and this might sound like an absolute mental shout, but I think someone like Pep would maybe hinder him a little.
Someone just saying here, KMCFC, just saying I reckon Anderson ends up at City. I mean, I wouldn't be...
I don't think he's a Pep Guardiola player. I think he needs to have... He's already seems to get the shackles on him a little bit right now in terms of... You're right, I'd want to see him a bit more fit up the pitch, a bit more freedom in his game. He goes to City.
See, I disagree with you. I really do think he's a Pep Guardiola player.
I think from what I've seen with the stats, I think he might.
Pep Guardiola signed like players, like I know what you mean. Like
I think
he reminds me of a right-footed version of the fella behind you. He's got a chop like him.
David Silva.
He's got a chop like him. He's got one of the best chops you've ever seen.
That's a hell. He's probably top 3.
Yeah, but don't forget how old he was when he came here.
That's some shout if you've got to
compare. He was a lot. How old's Elliot? 22?
I think if he went to City, he'd be shackled. Like
23?
Jack Grealish.
How old's Elliot Anderson?
I don't know. I'm going to say 22.
I'd say 22. I reckon
David Silva came to England at what, 26?
I can't remember.
He was at Valencia. For Elliot Anderson, for me personally, would be better than nearly get him to the opposition box. At the minute, he's playing centre midfield and taking I think he affects the game more offensively than Wharton. I think Wharton's a good player, but if you'd offer me one or the other in centre mid, I think Anderson goes past you and drives forward. How well he strikes the ball and how cold he goes in the box.
And I always remember you saying how
want to get him in the box. He slows down. I would want to get him as near to the box as I could, as often as I could, because he has this unerring thing that is very, very rare. Ice cold when he gets in.
So would you look at him more as like a Lampard?
No, because not timing the runs.
On the ball.
He's more like comes off that side.
Carrying.
So remember the way David Silva used to play off the left hand side though?
Yeah.
That's where you kind of want to get him. But he's actually he can strike the ball from range. He's got the little bend finish, and also he can drive and surge past you because he's a little bit like, gets his hands on you and uses his body to ride you. Not Gascoigne-esque, but, I did say, didn't I? Look, he was at Bristol Rovers in League 2, and I was calling him a Geordie Maradona. I was like, this kid's fucking special. Like, and that was because of the way he took the ball and he drove past people, but also, honestly, he chopped and he's got this, where you go to shoot and chop at the last minute. Some people sell that in like no other, where you, and if you don't read it, you bend it, and he's got that because he goes cold. And I think if you get that in the box, it's fucking such a rare trait.
It's a bit like Doc who done it to Canate. Doc who does that thing where he just throws his foot over the ball.
But like that's coming.
You know that, but you can't do nothing about it.
What a goal that was!
Pure jinky, great goal.
He doesn't chop it or doesn't do like a step over. He just throws his foot at you.
He's too quick and powerful to stop, even if you knew which way he was going.
You know what he's doing, but you subliminally, and Elliot Anderson, I've not seen it as much in his game, but I know what you kind of say.
Newcastle obviously fucking what a bad decision that was to let him go.
But they couldn't, it was FFP.
Yeah. So I don't get that though.
They could have sold anyone.
Yeah, they could have sold anyone. They chose to sell Anderson. And
yeah.
But what a take
because
it was
because he was an academy product, it's instant profit, isn't it?
So 100%.
And Minter was the same. They had to sell him for FFP.
But how much did they sell Anderson for?
I think they got 30 odd mil.
So all they got was 35 mil profit. They could have sold anyone for 35 mil.
They've still got a buyback though, haven't they? Isn't that? That's what I've heard.
Newcastle have. Someone said that he's going to go back to Newcastle.
If he sold someone for 50 million.
They must have had a buyback clause in it though.
They've had players there. If not, you're right, at Liverpool. Curtis Jones, he could take that kind of... He's got that kind of ability. Curtis Jones, very good player.
I like Curtis Jones.
He's a very good player, but I'm saying, I think Elliot Anderson is a level above Jones in that kind of similar role for me.
I like Curtis Jones. I don't think Curtis Jones had a good enough run in the team. He's got to get a run in the team.
Very good
player.
While
McAllister wasn't fit, he should have been starting next to Gavin Birch, and he weren't.
You're right. No, he was injured. He got injured.
And to be fair, a couple of good points coming out. Would Anderson get in Newcastle's midfield free at the minute?
Well, that's the problem. I think he had to leave because Newcastle's midfield free is that strong.
That's my point. They could have sold any of them.
I think it worked out for them all, but I think he needed to play. Forrest obviously had a great season last year, and he's grown into that. He's in the England side. If he doesn't leave Newcastle, he's still a bit par player there. He probably would have had to wait last year for, Longstaff probably would have got minutes over him before he went to Leeds. So it's one of them where he's had a full season, playing every week in a good Forest side, riding high. and his games come on exponentially for that. And you know, in the poor Forest start of the season, he's managed to force his way into the England group and become a starter for the national team. So, looking at Elliott's career, it couldn't have gone any better. I genuinely think, Forest will do well if he keeps progressing. Certainly if he goes to the World Cup this summer, starts for England as a big World Cup, all of a sudden, fucking Real Madrid are trying to buy him. That's how quick the game can change. And I think he is that good. I genuinely think he is that good. And also, I'm taking massive credit here for stopping and playing for Scotland.
Yeah.
Because I said to him, you're good enough to play for England. Don't fucking play for them, yeah? I said, unless you identify as being Scottish.
Where's he from?
He's a Geordie.
Newcastle. So we'll end up...
But again, if you identify as Scottish and
is he a big Newcastle fan as well?
But he's a Geordie, he's a Newcastle fan, and obviously Geordie's an Englishman now.
But how gutted was he? Did you speak to him when he left Newcastle? Was he gutted?
I didn't really get into that with him because obviously he's got an agent, his dad and his mum in the close.
Well, no, I'm just if you would have spoke to him just to see.
No, I wouldn't advise him on. If he phoned me and said, "What do you think of?" But obviously they've got a team round him.
He didn't have a choice, did he? I'm saying, but was he obviously must have been gutted.
I think, and on art, especially with them winning the League Cup last season, I think he was at the stadium as a fan and all that. I think he'd have been gutted, but then personally for his own career. If you'd asked him now, he'd probably go, look at me, I'm fucking flying. Fucking flying. Neville Barros, mate, fucking flying. Do you mean, what would, you go, well, yeah, it would have been nice to win a League Cup with Newcastle, but I might have played 20 games, 10 of them coming on a sub, because Tonali, Guimaraes and Joe Linton have been brilliant.
Yeah.
And then, I've got on a sub in the League Cup final, but I'm nowhere near the England side, and I haven't got the 50 games starting for Forest in the Prem under my belt that I would.
I'm not that fair the Derby career in the short space
and a new
of time.
contract, because don't forget, they got a massive pay rise going from Newcastle as a young kid coming through the academy to being a 35-40 million pound player that Forest aboard. Probably went on to.
How come he ended up going for 30 mil? Like, had he had any games for Newcastle, or was it literally?
Yeah, he played loads. He'd been dipped in and out, hadn't he? He'd had a load of games dipped in and out. And talking of Forest, I don't know whether you've seen Stephen Crean. We were talking about the guy on the train. Was at the Forest game and got a lovely reception off the Forest. So well done. Was he in the
box? Was he?
I think they give him the special treatment. He done a lap of honour around the ground and got a standing ovation. So well done, the Forest fans. Absolutely superb.
They give him 10 grand to his foundation or something, or his.
Who did Maranachas?
Yeah, and you give him a season ticket for next season.
Fair play. I don't know whether you've seen this. Then just to caveat that Ryanair allegedly refused to refund them. Because he couldn't take his flight to Austria to watch Forest due to the knife injuries, and they simply wouldn't give him his money back and told him that he should have taken out insurance cover.
I've heard he's the ultimate minge bag though.
This is just alleged, but have heart. He's just saved a few lives on the train, ripped his own body. That's not enough for Michael O'Leary's brigade. That's just not enough.
Insurance, young man.
That is allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah, absolutely.
Must get that in.
Allegedly. 2 women targeted in 2 stabbings, 1 dead and 1 critical on November the 5th, which is bonfire night. 19-year-old Lily Whitehouse was fatally stabbed in Old Bury, Birmingham, leading to murder charges against 41-year-old. I'll give you 10 points for guessing his first name.
Mohammed.
Correct. Anyone get a second name begins with an A?
Ahmed.
Oh no, Azim, who has prior convictions for manslaughter, kidnapping and rape. 4 days later, on November the 7th, a woman in her 30s was stabbed in the neck at a bus stop in New Street Station, leaving her in critical condition. 24-year-old, can you guess his name?
I've seen it before, it's a bit different.
Jedison Raphael faces attempted murder charges. These attacks are the 3rd and 4th stabbings in the city centre this month, amid a 15% increase in knife crimes in the West Midlands over the past year.
What?
Every week.
Why are they on women though?
Because the women are inferior. But saying the second
just
one
every week, isn't it? It's just
sounds like South America or something, or doesn't that second fella? But they just look at women as like, you're inferior, and I can do what I want to you. Because
you can't just go around stabbing people.
They think they can do what they want.
Bit of political backlash for the BBC again after the Trump January 6th propaganda piece. We've had Liverpool Families for Justice, the Hillsborough Families for Justice, kicking off, rightly so, because the BBC breakfast this morning had Kelvin Mackenzie on, talking about quality standards within the journalism community, when he's the man who signed off the headline in the Sun of, what did they say, the truth about the fans of Liverpool and all the smears that started there.
But who signed off at the BBC to get Kelvin fucking Mackenzie to come and speak about levels of journalism in this country? What brain box? I thought, I know, let's get him on. The biggest lying bastard in the whole of history.
They're saying Sky News has had it on, because they're saying Sky News have had him on. The former editor of the
scum,
one of the people at the centre of the most disgraceful front page in newspaper history, complaining about BBC journalists not being objective and fake news. Which, by the way, is astonishing.
It's just astonishing. It's like we live in like this mad virtual world of nonsense when people like him are still getting a platform to speak about anything at all after what he's put them families through in this city through for so long. In terms of and then coming and speaking as if he's some oracle of journalism. Like, no, fuck off. We don't want to hear your voice ever again on any platform, on any social media.
I think Liverpool as a football club, from what I'm seeing, have gone and made a complaint to the BBC, which, I have to say, absolutely they should do, yeah.
Right, they should. But it's just the BBC again. It's just like they just haven't got two brain cells between them. The bosses there.
But again, it's Sky News as well. He's been obviously on Sky News as well. So is there going to be a backlash against Sky News, or is that because it's Murdoch owned as well?
I was going to say Murdoch, isn't it? I mean, it's when Murdoch's pulling the strings, no one's asked. But when it's the British Broadcasting Corporation and we're paying our tax money for it, it's a little bit different because that's British owned company. We technically own the BBC.
I listened to the Musk. I was back in the sauna and ice bath on the cycle today, having a go, and Elon Musk, Joe Rogan podcast. I'd done a couple of hours getting through that, which was good. Musk tweeting this morning that there's been a mind-blowing discovery. He tweeted a Daily Mail article saying the Olympics are set to ban all transgender athletes from female events after finding scientific evidence.
She has a cock.
Wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this scientific evidence that they found. Males have an advantage being born male.
A biological advantage.
Who'd have thought that? Who'd have thought males would have had a physical advantage being born male over females? Like, how's it taken us 4 years to figure that?
How
fucking been a rocket scientist out. Do you know what I mean? It's like, ridiculous. Imagine one of those girls.
Olympic experts have sat and deliberated that for the last 6 months.
What about that poor Italian girl who got her head absolutely stoved in the quarterfinals and given up boxing? And what would have happened if, God forbid, there was a brain injury or she died? And then you go, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah.
Obviously, people who are born male have a physical advantage over men. Like, what was the fucking scientific discovery you found? Like, why did you need the science to confirm that? It's fucking bananas.
What a lot of these lefty blue-haired monsters are not grasping is you're thinking you're just being male chauvinist pigs, saying no, we're not. We're not being transphobic. We're not being male chauvinist pigs. We're saying I've got daughters, you've got daughters. You want them to be, if they want to grow up and be an athlete, but push them whatever they want to do. But I don't want my daughter growing up to be like, I don't know, a gymnast or something, or an MMA fighter, just anything, and having to compete with males because that's the norm in the future. We've got to put a stop to it right now before it gets out of hand. And it's normal in 15 years' time.
Otherwise, you just have mixed events, don't you?
Yeah,
there's nothing between the teams.
What's the song? If you tolerate this, then your children will be next.
Oh, the Managerial preachers, yeah.
Listen,
Managerial preachers, yeah. Well, you could apply that to
anything.
Lots of things.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I feel sorry for obviously, for fellas, you set out and you go, want to be the best in the world at whatever it is you want to be the best in the world at, and you think, right, I'm going to have to compete against all the best males in the world. For a woman sports person, you set out in the same, the same ilk, and you think, right, I've got to compete all the best females in the world, and then they go, oh no, sorry, no, you haven't, because we don't want to hurt people's feelings here. You're now going to have to compete against some shit men who have decided that they want to be special.
Yeah.
Okay, well, They've got a massive advantage. No, they're not. They're the same as you.
Well, have you seen what's coming up soon in Dubai in December?
The enhanced games.
No.
Oh God, when's that starting with all the juice heads? Are just going and juicing up now?
Is that a real thing?
They're having it, yeah.
Enhanced games, isn't it? I'm not a big Aussies back.
Oh, I thought it was a big piss.
Yeah,
No,
having it, yeah.
I'm not big Aussies backing it.
There's
Well,
a couple of our athletes
I
who've
know.
jibbed it. In the Olympic pool to go in and have a go of it.
in Dubai in December, they're having a battle of the sexes clash, tennis.
Okay.
Nick Kyrgios
Yeah.
is going to play world women's number 1, Ariana Sabalenka,
Okay.
and it's going to be a serious game. It's an exhibition game.
I don't like the way it's in.
Can you get a bet on it?
I don't like
You
the way
like
it's in.
Kyrgios?
Sorry, I like him. And he'll just take the piss and it won't try as hard as he should.
Well, they've
I don't know.
made
No, he won't. He
they've
won't. He
changed
doesn't anyway.
the actual court is 10% smaller on the woman's side on her. They're not swapping ends. They're making her side a bit smaller.
Oh, really?
Yeah, making her side a bit smaller. They're only having first serves. They're having one serve. They're not having two serves. So
He's got to take a bit off
He's
them.
got to take a bit off his
Yeah,
serve. So
okay.
they're giving a little bit more advantage to
Does
the
she
women.
get 2 serves?
I don't know. Good question. I don't know. He definitely gets one serve, he said. So they're trying to make it a
Interesting.
bit fairer, but still, I didn't know that. He's
immediately-
world number 600 not now, you know.
Immediately then, no.
Still be
it's
decent
a
though,
different
lad.
game.
Oh, no, he's
it's a
gonna smash
different
it.
game, innit? Because
Yeah.
and if she does win, then she hasn't beaten him at men's tennis.
No, she's beating my hair tennis because it's
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
serve. Men's tennis is serves. You know, if he had 2 serves, he'd be smart. He'd be acing it. Well, not every game. I still think he'll win comfortably. Don't get me wrong.
I seen an interesting argument online this week. Chad Crowley put on diversity is a strength. Sorry, diversity is a strength is the lie used to justify your erasure. And Joyce 004 put back to him, diversity isn't your strength. It lowers your wages, marginalises your culture, increases your crime, fills your hospitals, occupies your housing, ruins your schools, consumes your taxes, tightens your laws, restricts your freedoms, endangers your children, and calls you racist. So, you know, there's lots of feeling towards it. Some people also are like, look, I think it is. I think, you know, we want to see more, you know, faces that you know, aren't your crusty old kind of faces. You know, people do like to freshen up, redo the house, rechange the furniture. You know, it isn't nice always looking at the telly and seeing the same old faces.
Yeah.
You know, competition can drive standards. But, you know, certainly when it comes to certain things, I think if you haven't got, like, proper competition. So, for instance, for me, like the school sports day, where it's like, right, everybody gets a medal. And you're like, how do we drive merit and how do we drive proper competition? Unless you finish 4th and you go, I need to practice next year because I want to come back and get a medal and finish 3rd or 2nd or 1st. Whereas if you just go, well, it doesn't matter, I finish 7th or I finish 4th or I finish 1st, I get the same bit of paper or the same medal. I just think that is fundamentally the wrong message to send to people.
Utter woke nonsense.
It is, and I like it. My daughter does dance competitions every weekend now without fail. She's only 6. But some people are like, oh, shouldn't they all get medals? Like, they come like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and the rest get fucked off. The 6-year-olds, so, oh no, shouldn't they all be? I'm like, no.
Yeah,
You should be getting the best to learn them young.
Yeah.
Do you want to achieve things and go far in life? Like,
Yeah, and
normality isn't okay. You want to be the best at whatever you do.
It's a massive part of sport, and it's also teaching them humility as well, to be like, they deserve
they
it.
deserve
The
it. I
best,
lost,
they
they
win.
deserve it.
I'm going to try harder to win it next time.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Where it's just some people feel like that's, you know,
it's
the best way to do it. I don't. We just had a shout out there. T-Man 69, Joey Barton legend, great character, love from Ulster. Cheers, T-Man. Love being in Northern Ireland. Belfast, great city. Done a lot of work out there with the Northern Irish FA, and always loved Belfast, as I say, for a couple of pints. Chat, where are people tuning in from
Someone
tonight?
is in Bogota.
Again?
Colombia. Yeah.
Dominic
Bogota.
DeBarlis, meritocracy rules. Is meritocracy rules? I think that is the rules you should have. I mean, if you work hard and you do really well, I think you should progress. And obviously, it must be disappointing if, you know, you get the nepotism where somebody's dad or somebody's mum promotes somebody over you. It must be. I can't imagine playing football and, you're working as hard as you can and you're open to ride up the teams in merit, and then all of a sudden the chairman's son just gets put in the team, or the manager's son, and you're better than that. Must be like soul destroying, and obviously amplify that out into the business world, which obviously happens more often, where you get cases of nepotism where someone's relative or mate is pushed in.
Call Sir Alex out on that. He had a lot of his family members on the staff.
Michael Kavanagh joining in from Sydney tonight. Jimmy B from Huddersfield, Les from Dovecot, a few from Ayton, Newcastle, Aberdeen, Robert Bedminster,
Wythenshawe,
Bristol.
Right, Sander from Belgium.
Wythenshawe, yeah. Well, it's easy and it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, there's Edward must be Edward, big Salford man. Is he a Salford fan or is he a Man United man? What do you reckon?
I reckon he's a Man United fan. Got to be Man United.
Did anybody see it doing the rounds this week? Was it a German girl who'd phoned? There was an audio release. It was someone to do with the Crown Prosecution Service, I think, claiming to be Madeleine McCann.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
I don't know whether it was real or not.
Real.
I've seen it.
It looked fairly real.
There was a case going on, and I felt a bit.
She's claiming to have memories of like being,
and she's did like CCTV footage of her stalking the house and all stuff of the Madeleine's parents.
Yeah, she's saying she's Madeleine McCann and asking to have a genetic thing and all that, and they're saying no, we know you're not. So I don't know whether you might get a crank out there. They're saying it is, but I'm like, on the off chance that, unless they know something we don't, on the off chance that it could be, would you not just give it a 23andMe anyway? Do you know what I mean?
Have you seen her?
No.
Oh, she looks like me.
Well, lad, also...
She's got a thing in her eye.
No.
Well, that doesn't say nothing like it.
Show you.
Because she's got that thing in her eye, didn't she, Madeleine McCann?
Yeah.
Her name's something Julia Vendels, something like that. She is... she could be
fucking doolally, to be honest.
Well, again, but I mean, you've got to take it serious because you're thinking.
Could be Cambo's daughter.
I mean, you don't know, Cambo.
No,
I don't know. I'll have to have a good look. I can't see it across the
she's
thing.
not got the eye freckle.
She's got didn't Madeleine have something in her eye, like a 1-inch or a rare thing,
a split.
So again, but also, whether they just think she is an absolute loon ball, this Julia. What's her name? Julia Vendels.
But
again, I mean, what's the harm in not testing it just to rule it out?
No, I think they were. I think they'll have ruled it out already.
All right, well, maybe she is a crackpot. But I did. If it, but again, you don't know, lad.
Come on,
child. You couldn't say now.
Who knows what she looks like now? She was a baby when how old was she when she got took? 6 or 7.
Yeah,
she was a baby.
I know she got took and she was.
Yeah, but obviously whoever took her must have been. If they haven't
within the week.
Yeah, but I'm saying they won't have. just allowed her to look exactly the same as an adult.
I'll put the picture
Julia
on the telly for everyone to
Vendels or
see.
something like that. I don't know whether did you see this on Ali McCoy's dealing with the Liverpool fan? There was a Liverpool fan who phoned up to say that Arne Slot should be sacked.
Oh, there's some cranks on that.
Joe, it wasn't me, obviously, but I'm sure his name was Joe.
There's some absolute cranks on that talksport, though. Come on.
Well, I'm saying, at what point? At what point does Arne Slot come under pressure?
Do you know what pissed me off? And I took a note on this a little bit because Liverpool fans got a lot of slack for booing Trent off all angles of the media. Off some on talksport. I mean, Roy Keane gave us a few pelters saying it was just. I mean, that people saying they were disgusted in the fans booing them. Now, I'm just going to go through a list of players here who've left for clubs for fees, and they have been booed to the hilt. So you got Rooney went to Everton, got slaughtered for 30 million quid. Anthony Gordon went to Newcastle, 45 million quid. Everton fans slaughtered him. Villa, Grealish, 100 million quid to City, slaughtered them. Rice to Arsenal. We got a lot of shit off West Ham.
Rice is looking good buy for Arsenal.
No, but I'm saying West Ham fans booed him. Yeah. Campbell to Arsenal. That was a bit of that was a free transfer. That's similar to Trent. Campbell to Arsenal, and then you got Tevez to United, Ashley Cole to Chelsea, Ron Van Persie to United. These all got fees, by the way. Adebayor to City. So it's not something new where you boo a player who leaves for a rival. It's happened forever.
Yeah.
But Liverpool have all of a sudden, I've invented this thing of, look at that disgusting club, they're booing the next player. No, we're going to boo him because he ran his contract down.
No, but also, don't forget, you go round singing "You Will Never Walk Alone." That's your song.
It's a two-way street.
Well, you don't add that into the song. I haven't heard that in the lyrics. You just need to add it.
Well, I'll add it into the lyrics
You'll
next time.
never walk alone, because it's a two-way street. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking song's that?
It's a two-way street.
You'll never walk alone. Can't be, unless you've upset us,
Well,
and then you fucking will walk alone.
And did you see Van Dijk absolutely pie him? They asked Van Dijk about would you speak to him?
I seen the Rooney Van Dijk exchange.
No,
it was
that was a bit. You know what? I think
He was quite professional.
I think
Yeah, he was. Yeah, but
Rooney done well.
He did.
Yeah, he did, but also you can see how difficult it is when you become a pundit and you've got to give a strong opinion, and then next minute you got
Getting called out.
the big fella standing
Well,
there going, "Now
he
then."
admitted, Rooney, that it was unfair.
After
the interview.
It was unfair.
With Van
It
Dijk.
was unfair. What he said was a bit harsh on him, but still, did you hear? It was meant to be Conor Bradley coming out, and everyone thought Conor Bradley was going to be coming out. All of a sudden, you see Big Verge walking down the touchline saying, "No, I'm going to go and do this."
Nice, he must have thought, yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'm on the front
Yeah.
foot with B Villa.
Like
we
that,
got
yeah.
obviously
Yeah, I like
Rooney's
that.
there, and I'm
Yeah,
the skipper.
I'm gonna
I'm on the
stand
front
there
it
and
up.
say-
Yeah. Well, he's been, as I say, I think. If it weren't for the big fella at the back, I'd dread to think where Liverpool would be, because that's a really struggling back line.
Oh my God, yeah.
Kirkes, obviously, crisis of confidence.
He's got his
Frimpong injured. Connor's, to be fair to Conor Bradley,
He's played all right the
you know,
last few
but
games.
that's
his game.
Doku, as sharp as he is, like that is an hard
I
afternoon's
still
work.
think Bradley played well.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's an hard afternoon's work. If you haven't got Salah fucking
Yeah.
taking him back the other way on you
you're
and,
right.
and getting you up the pitch
He's
and
not gonna
making
do that.
Doku go and do a bit of defending, which he didn't do a fucking thing, did he? Because he was just attacking. You know, Salah didn't. If Salah can make, you know, it was the left back. Was it Alt-Nouri yesterday for
No,
sorry, it weren't.
It was
O'Neill.
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly.
Yeah, by the way, he's looking to play it, isn't he? And he's
Yeah,
in the English
he's
squad.
a big unit,
solid.
isn't he?
But again,
Massive.
if he
He's
can,
good, him.
that matchup early in the match, I'm looking at it going, Salah's got to get on top of him today. He's got to be licking his chops
Fucking
Salah does
and
not
pull
take a
Doku
man
back
on.
down, so that Doku's using X amount of energy in the defensive phase, as they never ever got going in that regard.
All you got to do, I think O'Reilly done it very well. If you try and get in a physical battle with Salah, like Madrid's fullback did, the Portuguese kid, Salah's strong and he's got that low centre and he can turn you. If you stand off Salah, if you hand him off a little bit and you give him a yard, you've got him on toast, because he doesn't take it on. He's not a player who can a dock you a little trick and go past you. He's a physical winger, you know. It's a bit.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It's a bit mad to say, but if you go in a fight with him in a fight, you're going to lose. But if you give him a yard, you're going to win. And loads of fullbacks have found that out.
Did you see Doku's wife has been in the papers?
No.
First name Sue.
Shit. Oh. Boom.
Did you get a number?
649.
Okay, I should laugh at your own jokes. Anyway, we're just going to go back to Martine Croxwell, the BBC newsreader, because I thought this was key. When they said, this was in George Orwell's 1984, okay, to wear an improper expression on your face was itself a punishable offence. There was even a word for it in newspeak. It was called a face crime. So that's what's happened on the BBC. That's an excerpt out of George Orwell's 1984 about tyrannical, overreach. And again, when you think about that, because she said transgender person and qualified it with the woman right after, and then it wasn't what they weren't upset. I don't think they were upset about that, but what took it over the line for them was the fact that she used a facial expression.
Yeah, because she just rolled her eyes, didn't she?
But you go, you know, how can that be? It's a face crime.
Listen, well, we've seen so many.
She's a woman who's going. You can only be a pregnant woman, really, which is common sense.
Yeah, there's been so many mad crimes.
Strange old times, guys. Strange old times. Look, that's me covered. Everything I've got in there. Let's open this up now for the last 30 minutes to the chat.
I've got one more thing, which
come on then. But let's open it up to the chat anyway. Chat, look. Last 30 minutes here. Get your questions in. I'll try and fire through now. I'm just going to be looking. I'll try and fire through as many questions as I can get through in the chat. Go on, what have you got?
Did you see this week your mate Chunks?
Which one?
Chunks.
I've got a few fat mates.
Chunks.
Oh, the one ball bag league.
Yeah. So what he's come out and said,
sack.
yeah. So this is how worrying and how terrifying these double Muslims are getting now. He's come out this week and said, if he had a son who I don't know how, what to say, would you
Rejected Islam?
Left Islam?
Yeah.
If he had a son and his son left Islam, he would basically disown him.
But in the same breath, he said unconditional love. He said he would, if he had a child, it would be unconditional love.
But you can't have unconditional love and disown him.
In the same conversation. That's what I'm saying.
It makes no sense. He said, I'd walk down the street and I'd let on to him or speak. But if he left Islam now, he's done. He's finished for me.
Super question there. No, you can read that one out because I just don't want to.
Yeah, I've got it. Another innocent woman slain by them. In quote. Thoughts on bringing back vigilante justice. The matey had an attempted murder previous to. What we doing? Well, certainly, if it was in your family or in your close circle, you'd be looking an eye for an eye, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
What's vigilante justice?
Exactly what it
is. That not the guys on the train? Is that not the guys on the train? Would they not? Vigilante justice is kind of, if something happens, like similar to the riots, that's definitely what we don't want to be doing. People going to even the score. I mean, that's 100% not what we want to be doing. But again, they were saying on the train, I seen a video the other day where the guy was saying, look, if you're on a train and there's an attacker or something like that and you're standing there videoing, you should be fined. You should be fined £5,000. You shouldn't be standing there videoing. You should be picking up anything you can near you and stopping the person attacking. Don't be standing there videoing it. When get whatever you can and go and help the person be stopped.
No, that's right.
Anyone who captures video footage of it and is in, stays out of it. But then you seen in New York when that guy was Daniel Penny, ran over and suckered the guy to the floor and held him, and then he died, and he was on a murder charge until he was in the end I think cleared, but for a long time he was probably staring down life imprisonment
for a while, wasn't he?
So again, what kind of message does that say to those kind of would-be hero types? I mean, look at the guy there, Stephen Crean, the Notts Forest fan who's obviously maimed.
Yeah.
Thankfully he's come out on the right side of it, but if he'd have done anything to this, I think the alleged attacker's name was Anthony Williams, we established last time. You wouldn't be surprised in this world, in this country, to see charges brought against someone for
that's how backwards we are.
Defending people from that attack.
And you'd say it was racially motivated.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise you, would it? Wouldn't surprise you.
No, but I think it depends on what you mean by vigilante justice. I mean,
I've never heard that saying before.
Vigilante justice, I would imagine, is like, right, something's happened, let's get a group together and go out. So it's like a militia. I wouldn't advise that at all. But what do you think? What you're saying is, if that's more personal justice, and if you're thinking someone's done something to, like, your daughter or your wife or something, it's just you can't stop someone wanting personal justice. Not vigilante as such, because that's like you're right. That's a group of people like conspiring to get to do something which is different. We've seen, like, as I say. I seen a guy swinging a spade around a city centre, and it was the community of people around it that there was police officers I think standing around, but he was attacked and taken down by a have-a-go hero. There's other times where obviously the police will charge in and take people out. So again, you can't ever advocate vigilante justice. You'd have to follow the correct channels. We are a country of law and order, and obviously the police force are there to deal with that. But again, if this is happening as regular as it is, and it is, how hard is it? It's going to be really, really hard for the police to police everybody, especially if we're bringing in, what did we say on them numbers? 35,000 this year alone, 37,000 people who we don't even know. You only need 5 or 6 of them, and they could spring up anywhere. And how do the police? They were saying, wasn't it a terrorist? The police. I mean, don't forget that when the police get it wrong, we obviously see and read times. We're well aware of when they get it wrong because it ends up in casualties. But obviously, how many? I've seen only this week that there was another one in Manchester where there was a huge terrorist plot foiled. Another
the cat in the boot,
that was foiled. I think it was in the Telegraph.
No, did they have something in his boot?
I don't know. They had a lot of explosives, I think, and obviously
they pulled his cat. He had loads in his boot.
He had them in his boot, and he went and took them down.
Nigel Brayshaw's just fired in. He actually hasn't said anything, but nice one, Nigel. Just fired in. Has he fired a question in?
No.
Thoughts on bacon, sausage, black pudding as a front three? What's your best front three?
Not into black
on the
pudding,
breakfast.
Not into black pudding.
It's got to be sausage, egg and bacon, isn't it?
Sausage, egg and bacon.
Hash brown's so underrated for me.
Hash brown's very underrated for me. Very underrated.
Sausage, definitely. I'd go
A
black
bacon
pudding.
for me.
Would you? Yeah.
Bacon centre fireworks for
I'd
me.
probably go egg though. I'd
But
probably take egg over
it's gotta
Sausage,
bacon.
sausage is the
But
main
bacon's
character.
got to be dry cured and smoked and thick. Got to be, otherwise if you have that watery shit, thin watery bacon, you may
The
as well.
bacon I had in America, I've seen how they have it
Disgusting.
like skinny
Yeah,
and
they have like that greasy there.
and no,
don't
but
they?
like it's crispy, innit?
yeah.
I have my bacon sacrificed, like
Yeah.
fully, like
Well, do you?
yeah.
Do you like a bit of fat on it?
No, the fat's got to be like
But you cook it that
brown.
much where it's like
it's
crispy fat.
it just melt. The fat's got to melt in your mouth. But yeah, sausage.
Someone's
Sausage
put
in sausage in each
funky-
wing.
Funky Fridays put, what do we think of Rupert Lowe?
I'm having him, me. I think he's well above Farage and my.
Is this?
He's just from what I'm seeing, he's just calling things out for what they are. He's not. Doesn't look like he's spinning any yarn or anything, does he?
And what I see as well, he's not one to want to be dipping his bread in the gravy train either, because he gives away his fee for
Yeah.
being an MP. So he's not one to where Farage looks like he's in it for himself.
Yeah.
He's like going with whichever way the wind's blowing.
And Farage, although he raises a couple of good points, he's ridiculed, isn't he? In the House of Commons, I think what Rupert Lowe seems more in touch with the common man than
I think
Farage.
that's my listen. Farage does raise. I don't agree with everything he says, but I don't disagree with everything he says. He's got some very good points, Farage, and he's got some points where I'm thinking, I'm just thinking you're in it for yourself there.
I can't have Farage, and I just can't work out whether we have to like I spoiled my ballot last time. I was very vocal about it. I don't know whether I have to. We have to adjust this situation politically. What we've seen is anyone will promise you anything to get your vote.
Correct.
And then they could do anything when they get in. You know, Reeves is going to get stuck into the Middle Englanders again, isn't she, on the next tax budget, I would imagine.
Yeah.
You know, especially before Christmas, is it?
26th November.
Scrooge.
It's coming.
Ebenezer Reeves is going to be coming.
It's coming.
So yeah, we got a bit of a scrap on, and we've got to find a political solution to get out of this mess we're in with people who genuinely but then, you know, Labour have fucked the country in the recent period, and the Tories have fucked the country for the period before. You know, they've had 14 years of absolute raping and pillaging the country's finances and allowing their cronies to be enriched. You know, Labour, as shite as Keir Starmer's been and how bad that government's been, and they have been really bad. You know, they were also left an absolute fucking basket case of an economy. You know, it didn't help bringing somebody in who clearly has obviously got discrepancies on a CV, and there'd be some to say, does she know what the fuck she's doing? Clearly not.
Yeah, but in terms of, look, if you look at the Labour as a business vehicle, they're just going about everything the complete and utter wrong way. If you're a business and you're hemorrhaging money left, right and centre, the first thing you look at is, can I cut costs? Can I salvage? The first thing you do not look at is, I'm hemorrhaging money. Let's raise our prices let's raise our product prices, which is exactly what Labour are doing. They're hemorrhaging money, spending it on shit all over the place, and then they're saying, "Oh, we need more money." No, the way you raise money is you cut costs. You don't start taxing the normal man on the street because you haven't got enough money. You look at it from an outside, and you get someone in who's a proper economist, not fucking Rachel from accounts, who knows what they're doing, and say, actually, I'm going to cut it there, and this is how we're going to work it. We'll stop spending 15 billions on Ukraine over there. Stop doing this over there. Just get it in-house.
So that money's going back into our own economy, so people are spending money, not the opposite, not saving money.
We don't have to rob our Uncle Joe from his heating over the summer to pay for the Ukrainians. Rachel Reeves is going to make this budget all about the Ukraine and Gaza. Because she's gonna say we didn't.
Brilliant. What counties is of the United Kingdom are they? Have we
exactly,
nothing to do with us?
Exactly, no, fuck all to do with us. But she's saying this is an additional cost what we didn't have when they came in. This is why they're going back on their mandate. So that's what she's gonna do.
Anyway, Dark Arts 1878 has just come up with a great stat for us that I didn't know. Breaking news again: Lionel Messi wears Illumin Ndiaye pyjamas. He's obviously done an article, the great Lionel Messi, to explain his new hero is obviously Everton's superstar Illumin
Who's in
Ndiaye.
Ndiaye's next club? Did you see Ndiaye's play for Hyde?
And I did.
Yeah, on loan.
On loan, yeah.
So did they? No, Calvert-Lewin.
Antiac's back on. Vigilante Justice. He says, the old bill ain't doing out. Let's clean up the streets ourselves. Old bill ain't on our side, boys.
Listen, it's
the two-tier argument out there, isn't it?
It's a melting pot. The country is a melting pot.
Did you see young Bob get arrested at the Villa Tel Aviv game?
I did. And did you see young Bob the next day come out and release a video of a Muslim saying he's going to kill him on video when the police were there, done nothing. So this I'm going to kill you on video.
What happened to the Labour MP? How did the Labour MP? Did he do a jury trial? The Labour MP?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
There's definitely
definitely two-tier.
rules and
definitely
rules.
Two-tier.
But again, I think young Bob usually speaks really well. Usually knows what he can and can't do. So I did see him.
I watched it. What he got arrested for? It was nothing.
Yeah, I thought it was really harsh, and he got an NFA, didn't he? Didn't they release him, and there's no further action a little bit later down the line.
They just pulled him about the firing line for.
Yeah, they've just done it just to get him out of there. They've not. It's not.
Someone's put, have I applied for any managers' jobs lately? What do you think?
Listen, he's making his player return before
I'm waiting for
managerial.
Well, my CV's obviously got more radiation on it than Chernobyl at the minute, hasn't it? So better wait for the Geiger counter to come before they put it on. But it is what it is. I haven't applied for any jobs this last period, that's for sure.
There's been a few Aussies in the chat saying, would you go and manage over there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm open to going anywhere. And for me, it's certainly the experience I've had recently. You have to be open to all possibilities. There is a big wide world out there, and if you want to have certain things in your life and the certain things that you feel are very important to you and your family, then if you can't get them here, I think it'd be whether that's weather, whether that's society, culture, or whatever. You would have to obviously think about all the other places on the planet that have obviously some things that give you different options to here. And for me, it would be nice. I've lived abroad in the past. I've lived in other parts of the world and had a great time. So yeah, certainly food for thought. But I've got to see what the future holds, really.
Tell you what, you'd absolutely love Perth,
I've never been. Everyone talks about that side of it, don't they?
I'm going Feb.
I've never done like Florida or anything like that. Never really appealed to me, any of them places. I mean, I couldn't.
Mar-a-Lago?
Do you know, everybody says, what is it? What's it? It's classed as kind of Western Australia, isn't it?
WA, yeah, it's Western Australia. It's the most isolated
like a lot of
city
expats, isn't it? And all that on there.
200,000 Brits there.
I'd love to go and see it. I mean, I've done the other side. I went and done the Barrier Reef and done Cairns and all that, but I'd love to go and see that
Sydney side and the other side's very liberal, very like loads of flags everywhere. Perth is a bit more centred. There is obviously loads of liberals everywhere you go, but I mean, Perth, they just don't give a fuck, mate. Honestly, it's such a good city. The Perth people, it's fantastic people as well.
Great question here from Lesbian. What do you think about Eubank and Ben this weekend?
Lad, he's always in the chat and I've just clocked his name. That's not even a real name, is it?
No, did you know?
I've never clocked that, lad. He's always in the chat.
That might be his name. Might be Leslie Bean.
That's comedy.
You know what? I've never
clocked that, Les.
I'm
sure Les is in our... Is Les not in our Telegram?
What do we think about Eubank and Ben this weekend? Do we think Ben can get it back to 1-1?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, I'm going Conor Ben.
Ah, yeah.
I like Conor Ben. Yeah.
I
like Conor Ben.
But I just don't think he can beat him.
I just don't think... I think Eubanks is just bigger.
No, I'm going Conor Ben. I've got McGregor behind me, but Conor Ben all the way. I'd like to... I'd love to interview one day Chris Eubanks, our fella, because we've obviously had a couple of...
exchanges.
I ran into him in the Dorchester when I was out one night with Jack White after Jules Holland, and he was a peculiar guy. And then obviously he had the TalkSport one when he was on with Brazil, and it looked like he wasn't happy with me in Brazil.
Apparently that's on YouTube,
got cut
and I need to see it because I haven't
funny,
seen
mate.
it.
I was telling you about it, weren't I?
Yeah.
It's funny. So I think I love watching him as a kid when he fought, Chris Eubank obviously fought Nigel Benn, Steve Collins, and you had the Michael Watson era, because that was all on.
That was my
ITV Sport when I was a kid, so they were the Freeview. and that was a golden age of British boxing. But yeah, he's a mad cat, isn't he? Drives around the big mad cars, big, lorries and all that, and obviously wears, monocles and some snazzy gear.
Yeah, he drives around that big mad truck still, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, yeah. Interesting one from NFC Clarkey, 24. 5-a-side team of your ex-teammates who you're picking. I mean, do we have to have a goalkeeper
no,
here?
just leave the all the good ones have got no keeper.
Goalie
were out.
Goalie when need.
Don't have yourself in. Don't have
So
yourself
you're
in.
saying two defenders, two midfielders and a striker, or vice versa?
Whatever you
or can
want.
you go defender, two midfielders
It's
and
5
two
aside.
strikers?
They've all got to chip in and do a bit of
it's 5 aside.
Ex-teammates. Well, I'd have to definitely put in there Nicholas Anelka.
Yeah.
Because he's the best I played with.
I know one player definitely say as well.
Defender. Some people some people put players in that they play one game with. They go, I played with him there. I put all our England group in because I played there, but I didn't play with them. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking about people you played.
I've got a name in my head. I want to wait to see if you say it.
So I've got a name in my head. I want to see you say it.
Must be definitely the same one.
No. I would say in terms of midfielder. Central midfielder. I think Czech. I'd put Czech Tiote in. I thought Czech was really. He was really good for the period. Really good for the period. Defensively, I'd have to put Sylvain Distin in.
Yeah, he was.
Sylvain. I'd probably go
quick and strong.
Got better and better, didn't he?
He was the first one.
There's two 5-a-side players that you have to say.
I'd go Distin centre half. Czech Tiote centre mid.
You've actually got one that might be the ultimate 5-a-side player.
Yeah, I've got him in my
head. I know exactly.
I'd probably go based on his brilliance when he was there. I'd have to, because of what he was like when he was younger. Not when I played with him, he was really
blinders out. You missed two blinders out here.
Missed
Valbuena.
Oh my God, you've missed him. You've missed him.
No, I wouldn't have gone Valbuena.
Adel Sarrapt is the. We're thinking 5-a-side here.
5-a-side. Valbuena was outrageous.
Right, he was unbelievable. Before he went to Chelsea,
the strike on him.
He'd cut across it. He'd just cut in. He was honestly unplayable. Yeah. The little man was unplayable.
He's a 5-a-side player all day.
Yeah, but I'm talking about players I played with. Anyway, hope that answers it for you, Clarkey.
Good question.
Yeah, good question. I'm trying to look on here. What have we got?
Best goal you've seen live on the pitch? That one with
Thierry Henry.
You're
literally on the camera
right behind it.
Tried to slide in and get across. We didn't get there
just
this time.
Sucked the life out of you, just like, oh.
Well, you're like you're a second away from getting there and shutting that space down, and there's almost half of you that's like,
could you have stopped there?
Well, he's on the outside and he's on an angle, and you can't. It's Thierry Henry, obviously, but you're backing your keeper to save it. But when them players connect like that, as soon as he hit it and it went, I was right behind it. So as soon as he hit it, I think the second person in the ground to know it was him was me. It's either me or our keeper, but I think it was me because I'm sliding across, and then obviously Thierry's the first person who knows it's in, because as soon as it leaves his fucking foot, he must have gone, that's in the back of the onion, because I've just caught that on the sweet spot. But I could certainly see it, because as I say, I was fucking so close to just closing the door on him.
Have you ever spoke to him outside the footy?
A few times, yeah. Spoke to him at the World Cup a couple of times.
What's he like?
He's sound, absolutely
A1.
Yeah, seems it.
He's the one player who, when you're like, what footy players would you be starstruck by? I think Thierry Henry is up there for me.
Bergkamp had a bit of that about him, didn't he?
He had the aura. He had the aura before aura was a thing.
You know what I mean? There's you're lucky when you think of your Suarez's and all that, your Gerrards, your Vieiras, your Keanes, your Scholes, your Giggs,
what a time.
Lampard. I went upstairs before for it. I was going to get a few other shirts. I've got Lampard up there, Makelele up there, Michael Owen up there, Freddie Ljungberg. I've got, even there, that's just a small selection of them. I've got, and you look at it and you go, fuck me. And that's the one you swap with. No, they're the ones you swap with. You never swap with everyone. Do you know what I mean? It was only so. It's one of them where you look at it and you go, like Fabregas, people forget how good Cesc Fabregas was. By the way, turning into a phenomenal manager.
He is. I mean, his team talks, even I'm getting like, come on.
Do you know what I mean? So you're looking at it going, there's Jabi Alonso's and all that. It's for me, as a kid growing up watching Match of the Day, now to have your career and have played where you played and played with and against some of the best that have come to this country is a phenomenal thing for a young English player. and you look into the future going, how many opportunities a young British or English player is going to get because of the influx of foreigners. Like, it's going to be, it's even harder now as a young homegrown player to make it, isn't it? I mean, it was hard. It's always been hard. It was hard then. But like now you're competing against like 15-year-olds and 13-year-olds from Brazil and Argentina. And, you know, back in the day, we were only really competing against the Irish, the Scottish and the Welsh. You know, the foreigners didn't really come. Now, you know, Chelsea and Liverpool's academy will scout the best players from all over the world, probably.
If you look now, there's some like players who are, it's hard to class them as journeymen because they were solid Premier League players. But players like, I don't know, Tony Hibbert is a good one.
Yeah, Ibbo, yeah. But he was a good player. I think they'll find a way through. He's very underrated, Ibbo.
I think, no, that's what I'm saying. He was a good, solid Premier League player. But you're right, in the modern game, they would have been someone above him, a foreign player come in.
There's not many foreign players like Ibbo who could tackle a fucking brick wall.
No, I think Tony Hibbert, I don't think he would. So
you say Jamie Carragher the same? No?
I wouldn't say that. No, I think Jamie Carragher was a bit of a level above.
But I'm saying like Carragher was raw a bit at Liverpool.
Carragher wouldn't get through Liverpool now. Because he was flitting between like a right back and a centre half. He didn't really have a position for a while. People forget
Steven Gerrard started at right back for Liverpool. His debut was at right back.
Blackburn. And people forget Stephen Wright was more highly thought of than Steven Gerrard.
Wright, yeah, remember.
What, coming through?
Coming through, yeah.
Was he, yeah.
So Steven Gerrard wasn't even thought of as the best prospect coming through.
This is an interesting question from Alec Ray, who puts, Joey, would you go on Celebrity Big Brother?
Oh.
No.
Why?
Judging on what I've seen this year, I'd last about 45 seconds of any conversation if it just spoke me mind.
Well, lad, let's go kicked off Big Brother.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm going, like, there's, you know, imagine putting me in a house with all them. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to, like...
It'd just be such good telly, though.
Oh, God.
There's no way I'm going to be able to bite my tongue and...
The jungle's for you.
I'd be like, what are you on? Like, even the jungle, like, how am I going to be able to bite my tongue? Imagine me with angry Ginge when I start psychologically trying to understand this processing, and I'm like, how old are you? 25, yeah. 20. What is he? How old Angry Ginge? 22?
Might be a bit younger.
He's a bit younger, yeah.
I'm like, have you ever had your Mickey rubbed? Have you heard, what's going on with you, mate? Why are you in your room all the time? Why you got a face like a clumsy beekeeper?
Yeah, I don't think last 2 minutes.
I seen him doing a thing with James Maddison the other day, and I'm like, oh,
lad, what's Madison doing? Like, I love James Maddison, me.
Madison's trying to make himself a big profile
on the YouTube while he's injured.
Fair enough, why not?
I know, but like
Lingard's done it, hasn't he?
You go in the game and you're watching the game.
Look at the players who've been on the ball bag league.
That's the modern player, lads. That's part of being a modern player. You got to make your profile. Whilst, like, I mean, look at Ben Foster did it when he was at Wrexham, become the.
Well, do you know who's been boss on the YouTubes lately? Erling Haaland.
Oh, it's clashing.
Been so funny.
He's been doing a couple. He done a video
when he was the Joker
in Halloween going into Manchester dressed up as the Joker.
Funny.
But then his video, it was just like a vlog.
Yeah,
of his day, a day in the life, and he's just a sound cunt, proper big sound.
Yeah, I like him.
I'm a big, massive fan.
I'm dying to hate
this one for Cambo. Obviously, you know, bring you back down memory lane here. I don't know whether you got jealous or not, or how you felt this week. Mazza, the rapper from Liverpool, and Ed Matthews, the YouTube blogger, have been going around Liverpool shooting bits and scenes with one of your ex-girlfriends. Have you seen it?
You've done worse than that in the past.
Cambo obviously used to go out with Chucky. Did you used to go out with Chucky, or did you have the hots for her? Don't know whether he was going out with her, or he asked her out. I don't know whether he was, or he...
He's 20 quid.
Oh, I've had some experience.
Somebody said
I have as well.
Somebody said if you grew your hair out and never had your teeth done,
you would
look like Chucky.
Oh, fucking hell.
She used to be.
How's she still alive, eh?
She used to
be. She used to see
on Parley. She was on Parley, and she was in just above a pizza place. Something you got given like a flat, but she'd be on the road like them lights on Parley every day, and I'd drive home from work.
Yeah, she was cutting up from the old studio. Yeah, right outside there. Yeah.
Well, my experience with Chucky. 4 o'clock in the morning, I was going to the airport.
Keep it to yourself, you know. You was going to the airport in a taxi.
No, he's single at the minute.
4 o'clock in the morning. Pitch black.
You got a little rub off her.
Fucking pulled up to the lights on Upper Parley. Yeah. And she's literally
there at the window.
Half asleep at the window.
Any change?
Bang, 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 yeah. Going to change.
At the window.
Lad, 4 o'clock in the morning.
I just hold my steering wheel. I just look straight at her.
Yeah, you can't even look at her.
It's sad, isn't it? I mean,
it is sad.
To be fair to them, like, it's like, I know that...
She's in the comments.
Yeah, is she here again?
Where's me money?
I mean, it's sad, isn't it? But like, I mean, she's
got mental issues. And
but again, you see a lot doing a lot on social media. I did run into last week Billy Moore.
I seen that. Yeah, that was
nice.
funny.
I was surprised. Like, I've obviously seen him online and all that. But it's always interesting when you see them guys like open to speak to Charlie Veach, aren't we? Charlie sent me a nice message actually the other day. So thanks for that. But also to run into him, you seen the sound fella. I mean, I only spoke to him for a small period of time. There was a pro-Palestine march just about to kick off behind, and it was fascinating looking at them. I mean, because you could probably guess, if you were playing Guess Who, and if I showed you a picture of 20 faces, and I said, right, there's 9 of them who were on the pro-Palestine drum beat nonsense pottery. I reckon you could easily pick them out. Tattoos on the face, coloured hair of some form of fashion, scarf of a certain persuasion. And honestly, you go
placard.
You just see them. It's not even like,
you
know what I mean. You're not even. You would never confuse them. You'd be able to see them before they even took to this march.
Yeah.
And again, there wasn't a few other auditors popping in and around. So there was a couple of guys who I think are big on either the TikTok or Twitch or YouTube for coming in and out. To be fair to them, they were all sound. You think, how do they capture footage? You know, how do they do it? And it's quite a simple rig. It's just like little cameras in it, you know, such as the technology now.
Yeah.
You know, I thought he'd be going round because we had Steve James, remember the Edge of the Matrix guy? And obviously Steve goes round with multiple cameras, one on him, and obviously a bit more of a tripod. But obviously Billy Moore was like, pretty sure he was on one of those little, you know, the little voice scooters just whipping around with his cameras on.
Right.
Fascinating.
Where did you put them into? Was it outside?
I was in town, so I was just seeing him in town. Obviously, he was just.
But he looks at his story. Have you seen the film? His film?
No.
Oh, what's the film?
What's his film called? My mum was telling me about his story the other day.
What's his film called? Oh, you got to watch his film.
It's on YouTube. Isn't it?
No, it's a real film.
Big shout out, Chicken Oriental, up Joy Barton, love from the Toon. Cheers, mate. Got the Toon Army flag in over there. We got him in there.
A Prayer Before Dawn. It's called
A Prayer Before Dawn. I'll have to have a look.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, this legit like.
Got a full film about him. My mum was telling me the other day. He's got a mad story.
I'll have to have a look into that. He seemed a decent lad. Like talking to him, he seemed a really decent fella. Like, I mean,
he had bad cancer, didn't he? Nearly died and come back from it.
Wasn't he a fighter or something like that?
Yeah,
he looked like he had like a bit of his ear chopped off or bit off or something.
Yeah.
He was in Thai prison, man.
Just watch A Prayer Before Dawn. It's honest to God, it's like wow.
I'll have to have a look. Perth Glory, people are firing in. Someone said Mar-a-Lago.
Perth Glory, get to Perth.
Adelaide, better than Perth. So
no, it's not.
That's what they're saying, Cambo. I don't know who that is. Right, I'm trying to just click through the last few questions. We're going to... That was at 10?
Yes, 10 o'clock already.
We're nearly there, lads. Just flew. Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena and Eubank versus Ben. We've already said who we got on that. Who do we think? Do we think Jack Della Maddalena can beat Islam Makhachev in the UFC?
I've never heard of the other lad, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to say that. I'm not really up to speed on that one, so I'm not really going to. I'm in a position to comment.
I can't see beyond Makhachev. I think Makhachev's a rare talent.
I've never heard of him.
Never heard of Jack. I've never
someone's
heard of him.
asked, did the Equaliser? Did you ever get Jerry Taggart's shirt? No, I've got a Andy Taggart shirt though. Who's equally as hard and as good as a player. But no, never managed to get Big Jerry. It's Big Jerry from Northern Ireland. That's a shit accent, that, by the way.
Kev Dunnan, Big Kev from the Parhans.
Is he fired in here? Has he got a question for us?
Just like get Darren G on the pod.
Fucking hell.
Darren G, yeah.
It's like this is like a little Darren G.
So yeah, look, it's
Kev's your number one fan, by the way.
Is he?
Well, lad, you need to come for a pipe with him.
Well, I'm trying to get. My groin went last time I trained with you.
Yeah.
So I'm. You're training tomorrow.
We are training tomorrow, yeah.
I might come over training tomorrow, see how I go. I should be all right tomorrow. I had a little sauna, as I say, and an ice bath today.
Nice.
I might go do a little 5k early in the morning, see where my groin is, and then I might come over tomorrow and try and
don't go
get
for
through the session.
Because you'll
I'll just go on a nice little slow plodder.
All right.
Darren G on the pod, wild man. Yeah, possibly. I'm up for speaking to anybody on the pod. Obviously, just getting us. Really. We just got to get organised. We might be in this little spot for a couple of weeks.
Just while we're getting sorted.
While we're getting the new studio sorted.
Hopefully, we should be next Friday. I'd say.
Hopefully,
we'll just play by ear.
But the thing is, now we've got this little spot. We haven't got a thing. Katie Hopkins has reached out and give me
Kudos,
some kudos on messages and stuff like that.
She's just recorded the video apparently.
Well, I don't know. We were trying to get Katie on to do a live show or come on the podcast, so we have got irons in the fire there.
That could come into the new year.
I think that'd be good in the new year.
In the new year.
Because she's certainly been in touch with us in the past. Yeah, look, and Middleton people are fired in there. We have got lines into Ant, but obviously he's very, very busy with emotion. And as I say, for us, it's a case of getting out and speaking to people as and when we can and when we're allowed to. But listen, that's going to be it now. We're coming into 10 o'clock. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in tonight. As I say, stuff you really want to speak about, but obviously, you can't. And obviously tonight, just getting back in, doing the show, keeping that momentum going, making sure that, we're consistent for you. And again, make sure you like, comment, follow, and if you really want to, you can join our Telegram group. You can join our YouTube as a member, and you obviously get the priorities on your questions popping up in green. Alec, we did speak earlier about what we've made of Carragher's support on LBC, and you'll have to go and watch the podcast back to get that. Okay, thanks a lot for your questions tonight, for your interaction, as I say, for your support for us, for the common sense and our community.